Yeah. Shout out to those who've been patiently waiting. Hold on. Shout out to those who've been patiently waiting. That right there. There we go. Grand rising, cosmic family. Peace to those who've been patiently waiting. Y'all know these people be on me, so we gotta do it when we can do it. But all that matters is that we do it. You feel me? All that matters is that we do it, man. So we back today in the university to bring more truth to light about our ancestors, our planet, and our realm. Peace to everybody in here. You know how we all high intent, all high frequency every time. You better know it. You better know it. And to people in the universe, stop trying to read me, G. Stop trying to figure out, ain't no time in me. I don't go on time. I don't go on man-made time or none of that. You feel me? None of that. I don't abide by it. So I told you, if I frame a time, that's just a frame. We might go that day, we might go the next day. We gonna go though. You feel me? You gotta stop acting like, y'all gotta stop acting like the person. Not all y'all, but those who be on that. Y'all gotta stop acting like the information that's being presented in this university is not prolific or some shit. You feel me? Like they ain't trying to silence the God for waking y'all up or some shit. Like this is that's how I know y'all bitch ass out there to think this shit a joke. You feel me? The real spiritual assassins that's tapped in, they know. Y'all know what's going on. So listen. We back another Sunday. Supposed to have been a Sunday, but today's a Monday. And it don't matter whether you call it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. These are all man-made days. We never had days, hours, seconds, years, none of that whitewash shit that white supremacy brought onto our land. For real. Facts, nigga. And I seen Smoofies in the comments talking shit. Man, if he don't go live at this time, I'm gonna unsubscribe. Unsubscribe then. Fuck is wrong with you? I don't need your subscription, nigga. I done started giving lectures for subscribers, nigga. Give lectures to enlighten and inform. If you want to unsubscribe because I didn't go on your time, then nigga unsubscribe. Nigga, you not stopping nothing. You stopping yourself. You hear me? That's all you doing. Each teacher brings different downloads. And I know the downloads I be having nobody else has. That's just a fact, man. I have revealed maybe 1% of all the downloads that I have within me to reveal to y'all. 1%. That's the only thing that's been revealed. Because every day I go home. Every day I'm back in the astral. So the ancestors are always giving me more downloads to reveal. Nigga, I don't work for you niggas. So I don't even know why you niggas is... But if you don't go by 3, nigga, I don't work for you. I work for the ancestors. I don't work for you niggas out there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They got me on their own. Y'all feel me though, universe? Niggas got me on their own clock. You hear me? Man, if you don't go by this time, I'm unsubscribing. Well, unsubscribe, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? You not finna pressure me. This is spirituality right here. You feel me? Or you can't rush this shit, man. All right, y'all. So look, I want to introduce y'all to Okosi. He's another one of the warrior Orishas. He in here now. Okosi. You hear me? Yeah. I got him in here to hunt down all the... You know, Okosi, he hunts down all the negative energies. He go hunt that shit down. Him and Ogun. And Oya. And Alegua. That's what they do. You hear me? They hunt shit down. Negative entities to be specific. Now play with it if you want to. You see what he got on? Crystals on his neck, crystals on his feet. Yeah. Bow and arrow, ready to line you hoe ass niggas up out there. All you reptilians, all you Pleiadians, all you witches and your sorcerers who's trying to work your little sorcery against me, it shall never prevail. It'll never prevail. That's why we got her right here. No matter what you whip up and cast, your magic isn't strong enough. You hear me? I'm protected by them ones, them real ones. You hear me? This ain't no internet magic, nigga. This real over here. For real. Real divine protection over here, family. You better know it. You better know it. For real. So they can see a Kosi. Bet. You see him? Line you niggas up. Line up all that negative energy, hunt it down. See, Okosi, he gonna go hunt that shit down before it even get to you. He gonna go find it. That's what he do. He gonna go find the negative energy. Up, found it, eradicate it immediately. You hear me? But look, y'all, we finna talk about Crazy Horse. You feel me? Crazy Horse and the curse of the 7 generations. Now, before we talk about the curse of the 7 generations, we gonna have to find out who Crazy Horse is. Because some of us know, but a lot of us really don't know who the fuck that is. You know, and that's no disrespect to the people who call themselves Native Americans, because y'all ain't no Native Americans. Y'all are the $5 Indians posing as us. Facts, nigga. We them ones. You feel me? Not y'all. You feel me? Y'all take the motherfucker, go ahead and take the little tribal shit off. Y'all been out there capping. We on to y'all now. We on to y'all, nigga. We know who the real Atlanteans was, and then they was called Indians afterwards. We know who they is. You looking at us in the flesh. Yeah, in the flesh. Nigga. In the flesh. We ain't went nowhere. We been here the whole time. You feel me? We been here the whole time. We ain't never left. We'll never leave. We can't leave something we created. We'll never die, none of that, nigga. We come right back when we want to, how we want to, where we want to, nigga. This shit like Call of Duty. Respawn. We be respawning around this bitch. Yeah. But look, though, we're going to take 5 minutes. We're going to take 5 minutes, man, to do it right. You feel me? We ain't opening this up without the right vibratory rates. We ain't doing that. We not gonna do that. That's what we not gonna do. Before we dive, let's get it right. Let's get it right. We gotta set the vibration right. You feel me? Before we take off into any deep divine, these are cosmic downloads. We channeling this straight from the astral realms. You hear me? We'll go to Wikipedia to try to back up a little something for you to give y'all some reference points out there. But most of the information I'm presenting to you, you ain't gonna find this on Wikipedia because they keeping it from us. They don't want you to know the truth about Crazy Horse. You go look them up, they're gonna tell you all type of other shit, and they're gonna show you fake Indians too. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna show you motherfuckers like Mexicans and shit. And you know they ain't shooting no shots at the Mexicans. Because I'm not racist. I'm a scientist. I'm a cosmic scientist / intellect / philosopher / revolutionary. All right? I don't support, and I'm a god before I'm all of that. A Nunakai god to be exact. Xylanthia headquarters. 19th galaxy, Sirius star system. That's where I'm from. Okay? And I am that I am before I'm anything. So before I'm Rashad, Jamal, before I'm Divine Insight, I am that I am. Remember that. And so are you. You feel me? But before we dive into this information, man, we gotta set the vibration right. This YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of negative frequencies and entities out there that want to latch on to us. You feel me? We ain't gonna let that happen. Ain't that right? Especially with a Kosi in here, you know it's going down. You feel me? For real, for real. If y'all know about the Orishas, y'all know how Kosi and Ogun, I'm telling you, them the ones you need with you. You feel me? It's real out here in the spiritual warfare. All right, bless. All right. So if you notice, I always, when I hit the single bar, I like to hit all points. All right. So we gonna hit this. That's for the fire. We gotta embrace the elements. That's for the earth, Kai. That's for the wind. Peace to Mama Oya. And that's for the water. Thank you respectfully. You hear me? Thank you respectfully. Y'all know how we do. We open it up with a light meditation until we're going to meditate to the song go off, because we want to channel all this ancestral energy for our protection, being the 9 ether beings on this realm. All right. Also for our star seeds, for our elders. You feel me? That's what we channeling for. You feel me? And the elements that's warm with us, and the planets, the plants, the mineral kingdom. You feel me? All the way down to the atoms. You feel me? We channel all this when we play this. And I like playing this. I play this off YouTube. But I play it because they official. It's official. It's the drum patterns. It's the drum patterns. It's a form of magic too. Defense magic to be exact.
Arrivo, emi alama kumpeleku. Arrivo, baba emi alama.
Yeah, so we finna get into it. We finna get into it. Reflections. If you smoke, light that thing up. If you drink, take you a shot. Sometimes you might need it through these type of revelations. You hear me? We gonna call them revelations or revelations. Let y'all get yourself settled. Talking about Crazy Horse and the curse of the 7 generations. Y'all go ahead, settle in. Reflections. You know, we going in. We lighting the candle too. Help y'all out. Help y'all out with something. Always good to light the candle. Set your intent. First, light the candle. Speak your intent while the candle is burning. Let the candle burn out. Magic 101. Basic candle magic 101. Something small, but it definitely will work. I mean, there's other things to add to that, of course, but. All right. For those who wasn't in here when we first started, this is a Okosi. If you don't know, peace to the gods and goddesses. This is Okosi. Warrior Orisha. One of the original Orishas. Brother of Ogun. Son of Obatala. Ochosi or Okosi, however you want to pronunciate it. I like to say Okosi, okay? But Okosi, Ogun, Oya, and Elegua, all warrior Orishas. For many of you out there struggling with negative entities attacking you, you want to try to get in tune with these Orishas. I recommend going to dealing with the Orisha who energy pours you the most though. First, start with that. Huh?
Here.
What's up, man?
Oh, you got like it?
Yeah, I already got it.
Okay.
Yep. I don't think we got Actually, yes we do. Yeah, I got a lighter. Thank you though, man. Oh, okay, we good. I love Mott's applesauce, y'all. Want y'all to settle in, so we don't get confused this evening about who Crazy Horse was. And I got a couple Wikipedia references for you also after class. That's going to be the homework. You know, I want you to dive into his Wikipedia page. After you heard this lecture, dive into the Wikipedia page. And you can see how they water us down. They like to water us down. I think I started on this side. Yeah, I did. They like to water us down Get this red dragon's blood in the air. I'm gonna discuss one of the more powerful ancestors that they kind of give us a little hint about, not too much. Also, lighting the green candle for Okosi. Because just like his brother Ogun, they like green. They love green. May no negative entities interfere with this download. You hear me? Gonna stir up some rocks. You know, our oppressors, they can't stand this they can't stand this God talk, y'all. I call this God talk when we sit here and we discuss things on a cosmic level, esoteric facts, knowledge that they have hidden from us. That's God talk. But the human beings are free to sit in here, as long as you're not gonna get offended. Because, you know, that's my disclaimer. My disclaimer today is fuck your feelings. You see what I'm saying? I keep it real over rich at all times. My throat chakra is completely open. So if you got kids watching and you don't want your kids to listen to this real shit, ask the university now. If you don't want your kids to hear any profanity, because that's not a curse. We'll discuss what a curse is today, though, because that's not cursing. Bitch, shit, hoe, damn, motherfucker, ass, pussy, dick, balls with fries on the side. Those are not curse words. Once again, I keep reminding you that's profanity. Okay, but we'll discuss a real curse today, though. We finna talk about the curse of Crazy Horse in the 7 generations. Now, that's a curse, and we are the 7th generation. That's a curse for your ass. Let's get this red dragon in the air. Let's get this in the air. May this curse manifest and burn forever that we're going to be discussing today. May it burn forever. May it burn forever. They thought we forgot, y'all. He warned them, Crazy Horse did, about this 7th generation that was to come. They thought by deporting our ancestor, Crazy Horse, and eradicating the Sioux Indians, they could erase more truth from us. Stop the inevitable, should we say. They thought by feeding us meat, we was gonna forget. They really believed that we would never rise again. That's what you gotta understand. They know that knowledge is the true power. And what you know will never hurt you as much as what you don't know. It's what we don't know that hinders our growth. My intent is for this curse to completely manifest and for it to affect our oppressors, their children, their dreams, their hopes, their beliefs. May all their fears come true. Each and every one of them. America with 3 Ks will never win another war. That's a part of this curse too. all their businesses will shut down like they've been doing. Their dollar will no longer hold value like it's already falling. May the blood of our ancestors be avenged tenfold. We will show no mercy to these oppressors. I think we have yet to connect the dots. And as we dive more into Crazy Horse today, right? And the Sioux Indian tribes, and the Cheyenne Indians, and all these other groups of us that they want to call Indians, you will see that this is a war that's been fought, like I told you, since they landed on our planet. The history books is littered with America and her allies, so let's just say Europe, Spanish conquistadors, which is where they come out of Europe. And we know that our ancestors, we named that part of the land Europe because it's the dead part of the land. Europe is the only part of this planet, of this realm, where nothing grows. Europe. It's a dark, cold, wet land. We love all the land, but it is the weakest part of the land. Many don't know that, but it is. They want to show you Italy and Spain and France and, you know, Great Britain, and they decorate the history books with stories of triumph that they attribute to Europe. Germany, you know, they like to you know, dedicate all feats of extreme science and intelligence to the Eurasian, you know, the Eurasian species. So what is Eurasian for the people in the back of the class that might not know? Some of us know, but let's not forget about those who don't know. Eurasian is a name that the oppressors created for the Europe-Asian mix. Eurasian. This is where they dedicate all major scientific inventions they predate, and it's going to take you right back to Europe in certain parts of Asia, because they don't like Asia either. They fuck with the Chinese and they fuck with the Japanese, because Japanese and Chinese people are human beings. The true Asians, which are of God, DEA, are your Filipinos and your Vietnamese. These are your real Asians. The original Asiatics who mixed in with the Yoruba tribes of what they now call present-day Africa. If you go look at the beings, the people in the Yoruba tribe, you can see a lot of features which the Philippines and Vietnamese share. The Yoruba tribe. You have many tribes, though. Many, 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 many tribes. They have mixed us. Like trail mix, y'all. Just trail mix, you know. when you look at trail mix, you have all these different type of nuts and dried fruit and, you know, you got dried bananas in there. You got your dried oranges, macadamia nuts, cashews, your almonds, your peanuts, all in one big bag. Right? That's your trail mix. Well, we like trail mix, y'all. We just like a bag of trail mix. And being this bag of trail mix really has drove us nuts. Literally. Being this bag of trail mix literally has drove us nuts. Cause see, we like to label ourselves macadamia nuts. Cause we all nuts, right? Right? We all nuts, double entendre, right? You know, some of us prefer to be macadamia nuts. Some of us prefer to be peanuts. Some of us prefer to be cashews and almonds. You know? Some of us walnuts. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, we all think we nuts. Right? We forgot though. That's what we are. We help you out. In case you forget. There you go. That's what we are. Supreme field of energy. Created out of pure dark matter energy that surrounds it. See the dark matter energy around it, y'all? See the aura? See the etheric bodies, astral body, the 7 chakras, the connection to all of, you see that at the bottom? Sacred geometry. Which I'll be doing classes on too. Sacred geometry down here. They hid sacred geometry from us and gave us geometry. Shit you never use. Nine ether beings. The anomaly to the matrix. We are the anomaly. You know what the anomaly is? We are different. We are the code. Better yet, the code is in our genetics. Our deoxyetheric acid. That's what we are. Forever connected to all these planets and galaxies, different vortexes and stargates and portals to help us get there. Enshrouded by our true traveling vessels, the Makerba, which they took and they now call the Star of David. Or the Star of Israel, as if Israel wasn't Jacob who got his ass whipped by us and then changed his name to Israel. We're not the Hebrew Israelites neither, because nothing is Israelite about us. For the term Hebrew itself is a Greek word. And what color were the Greeks? They were Europeans. Not the original Europeans, because the original Europeans were black, carbonated beings. But that's what we are. A field of luminous energy. Dark matter energy, photon energy, plasma energy, quantum energy, gamma radiation, electricity, celestial electricity. That's what we are. We not these nuts. See? That we like to label ourselves as. We not that bag of trail mix. But it's imperative that we understand how we ended up in that bag of trail mix. They scattered the information so far, and they mixed us up so badly that we can see ourselves and we don't even know ourselves. And the biggest way to show us that we don't know ourselves is when we get to talking about Native American tribes. Nigga, fuck a Native American, nigga. Yeah, I said it. Because we not Americans. So how could we ever be Native Americans? We native to the realm and the planet which we created. But we ain't no Native Americans neither. We not American, so how the fuck can we be Native Americans? And fuck all them Native Americans posing as us. You niggas ain't us. You niggas is Europeans posing as Atlanteans, Lemurians, Cherokee, Navajo, Iroquois, Seneca, Illinois, Californians, Aztecs, Apache, Powhatans, Chickasaw, Shawnee, Seminoles. Y'all not us. You will never be us. You have no connection to nature. You have no connection to the fire. The fire don't listen to you, but it listen to me. It listen to my people. The water doesn't recognize you. You wasn't around when the water was created. But I was, though. And my people were. You have no understanding of why the pumpkin seed was even planted. You have no pure cosmic understanding of chemical bonds, cells and the nucleus of the cells and the membranes of the cells and what they are truly designed to do. How the thalamus gland actually works. You have no knowledge of it, but which was given to you by oppressors who took everything from us, me and my people. Got us walking around here calling ourselves African Americans. Hell, we don't even recognize our Latino brothers at all. We be fuck them too. Fuck them Latinos. When that's us. Latino is a new word, just created in 21st century, 1800s, during the Emancipation Proclamation. Latinos was not even mentioned in the book. It was just blacks, Negroes, and black Indians. I don't know where the Latinos was born. Let them tell it. But we know that Latin was always a European love language. It never was a people. So to hide more of the God race from themselves, you reclassify them as Puerto Ricans and Latinos. To hide the fact that they too are gods and goddesses. Shout out to all my Latino brothers and sisters in the university. I don't fault no human being that's vibrating high. The university is open to anybody that wants to learn intellect or dive deeper within themselves, who has an open mind. Always stay open. Never close yourself. Never grab information and be like, that's it. It's truly everlasting. But this connection, these dots have to be connected. I get tired of reading these stories, y'all, about these different native tribes, and I know they talking about us, but my people don't know it's us. I get tired of seeing my Latino brothers who don't recognize that we the same. I get tired of seeing my gods and goddesses who are under the cover of African Americans over here in this country not knowing who they really are. believing that we are a minority. I mean, yeah. If you take 8 billion plus souls and reclassify them into 1,000 different nations, then of course the oppressors will always be the majority. I repeat, if you take 8 billion plus souls and reclassify them under 3,000 different nationalities and make up 3,000 different backstories to these nationalities, of course the oppressors are going to always be the majority. Stop saying you the minority when you got carbon in your skin. You are everything and everything is you. You will never be the minority. We the majority. Divided against ourselves. And today's lecture further just proves that point. You look up Crazy Horse, they're going to show you somebody that look Mexican. I have no problem with Mexicans. All I'm saying is don't be showing nobody looking Mexican when Crazy Horse was black as me. With locks in his head. Stop showing us Mexicans with feathers in their head and shit. Talking about they was the natives. You looking at the natives. You looking at the indigenous carbonated beings right here looking at me. And looking at yourself every day. Stop saying, oh, my grandma was Choctaw. My granddaddy was Seneca. My auntie was Cree and Shawnee. What you think you are? To all the so-called African Americans. We've always was a tribal. We were always tribal. Also, let me get the let me get this out the way real quick because I didn't do it. And I didn't forget, it's just certain downloads, they just flow like this. But before we dive all the way into this information this evening, it's imperative that I open it up with the right spiritual energy. So first, let me start by saying peace to all the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Sending the deepest of insight to my elders, those 65 and older, because we must always respect the elders who have walked in this flesh longer than us. Sending the deepest of insight to my peers, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. We the bridge. The elders need us, and the blue crystal babies need us. And I'm sending the deepest of insight to all the star seeds and the blue crystal babies, those 21 and under, that's within the university, whether you watch these lectures by yourself, or with your friends, or with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, with your homies, with the gang, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? The streets in here too. Shout out to the streets, they the trenches. Shout out to the trenches. Sending nothing but insight to the trenches, most indefinitely. And the trenches can relate to me because I look just like you look. I speak how you speak. I live the stories that you living right now. So I'm sending peace to all facets, peace to all the human beings that's able to watch these lectures, be it you Caucasian, Asian, Mexican, Dravidian, Arab, and you see the true intent behind these lectures and these lessons. You vibrating high, I'm sending you nothing but peace. It's not about color. It's not about any of that. We don't care whether you gay, straight, tall, short, fat, skinny, fat ass, no ass, big titties, little titties. You know what I'm saying? It's all good in here. Rich, poor, none of that has anything to do with vibration. If you about lifting the frequency of the planet, which is what we are about in this university, then you good with us. Because in the end, that's all that matter. We lift in the frequency. We lift in the frequency. All the petty shit don't even matter. Anything that they can use to divide, they will use, and it has already been used. For there is truly nothing new under this sun. Other suns maybe, but not this sun. As long as we under light cold lockdown, it hasn't been nothing new since they landed. It's been more tricks upon tricks, for they are the original tricksters. That's who's leading the army we fighting against. We fighting against Satan. We fighting against Zeus. Everything else is under him. Never forget that. Never forget who the general is of the war. Who we fighting against. Who they general is. Never forget who your general is. Never forget your position in this spiritual warfare. They hit a lot from us. Many of us never heard of Crazy Horse. We don't know who the fuck that is. I'm speaking for the hood right now. You see what I'm saying? And the average black person, if you want to call it that. We don't know who the fuck that is. I'm gonna just be real with you. Out of 10, you pull 10 random black people to the side and ask them, have you ever heard of Crazy Horse? They're gonna say, Crazy who? Trojan Horse. I heard of Trojan Horse, nigga. I ain't never heard of no Crazy Horse, nigga. Cause you know in school we didn't pay attention to that shit, man. We just really did. And the soul knows all truth. So as you dive more into your journey, you'll realize why you never paid attention in school. Your soul wasn't gonna our souls wouldn't let us grab that bullshit to remember it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't sitting through that shit because we knew they was lying. Even though we didn't know they was lying, the soul knew they was lying. So your soul was like, man, these shit, nigga, what you doing third period, man? We about to facts. Nigga don't know nothing about no Crazy Horse. Don't know nothing about no Sioux Indians. And the average black person, they only know about the Cherokee Indians. And that's because the Cherokee nation was so big that black people can't help. Because every black person you talk to swear they Cherokee. A million different tribes, everybody was Cherokee. Now, nigga, you was something else. You was part of the tribe, nigga. But it's just Cherokee is the name that's popular amongst us. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was Cherokee. But also it has to do a lot with the fact that the Cherokee tribe was so big, though, too. It was so big. So you're not lying. But my grandma was full-blooded Cherokee. Right. And then we get to you full-blooded African-American, huh? That's us, though, y'all. Ain't it, y'all? There's black people all day. You can't find a black person that ain't gonna say their great-great-grandmama was full-blooded something. My grandmama told me that her great-grandmama was full-blooded Choctaw. And today, you full-blooded African-American. You see what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, y'all, it got there. You know? You gotta understand, African-American is a race. The term Latin American or Puerto Rican or Venezuelan, Cuban, these are like races. These are nationalities. Okay? So a nationality or ethnicity, you know, they want to use a big word for ethnicity, right? But race, ethnic group, or ethnicity for the white people that went to college. You happy now? All right. Because, you know, they don't like when I talk my hood talk. I'm from the hood. I'm from the streets. So you're going to hear me go up and down. You feel me? Free Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? But there's a difference between race, ethnicity, or ethnic group. All right? For Jim in the back of the class joining us today. Race, ethnicity, and nationality. Those three can be created. And that's what they did. Black is considered a race. White is considered a race. But that's not the species name. You only got 2 species on this motherfucking planet. 3. Actually 4. 5 if you want to include the animals. 6 if you want to include the plants, because we can do that. Those are species. Either your ass is a human being, or you're an Anunnaki god, or you're extraterrestrial, or you're terrestrial, meaning a terrestrial is a species that has been living within the realms of the planets since we created it. Or you're an animal, or you're a plant. 7 if you want to add in the mineral kingdom. We can go deeper now. I don't want to lose y'all. We're going to stop at 6 just to keep it on a basic level. Right? So I'll repeat that. Race, nationality, and ethnicity. These are all man-made, manufactured by your oppressors to confuse the fuck out of you. Okay? You either are a human being, an Anunnaki god, an extraterrestrial from another planet, a terrestrial living within the planet, an animal, or a motherfucking plant. We're going to stop at 6 because we understand the power of the 3, the 6, and the 9. Thank you. Respectfully. You one of those 6, man. Now, when you get to, I'm Cuban, I'm Venezuelan, I'm African, I'm African American, we're Canadians, we're Europeans. Those are all nationalities. That's a nationality. Because when you say Cuban, Cuba is what? A nation. Puerto Rican is what? Represents Puerto Rico. A nation. Of course, they're not going to tell y'all this. They're going to tell y'all I'm lying right now. Now, that ain't how it go. That is unreal. It's untrue. Because you got to know, the CIA has paid trolls in here, man. Their job is to get in here and try to debunk all the truth that I'm putting out there. So they get in the chat and be, he lying, and they throw safe shit out there hoping to throw y'all off. CIA trolls. Government paid trolls. Facts. COINTELPRO. Is in full, just letting y'all know. That's how they move now. They got trolls. They got a whole team of trolls out there. Nigga. That they have jump under my videos and other people that's feeding y'all information. To make you think they ass lying. But those are all, that represents the nation. When you say you're Peruvian, that nation belongs to Peru. When you say you're Jamaican, that belongs to Jamaica. But Jamaica was not the fucking name of the island. If Jamaica was the name of the island, Queen Nanny and the fucking Maroons wouldn't have been warring with the fucking conquistadors. Let's not forget how Jamaica got its name. Let's not forget how any of these countries, if you want to call them that, got their name. You listen. You know how bad nationality fucked us up? Because somebody like, I'm Jamaican. And they won't even identify with themselves being a god because they so caught up in Jamaica and they Jamaican flag. But if you do your history on Jamaica, you're going to see that it wasn't always called Jamaica. And Queen Nanny and the Maroons and more like them fought fiercely to stop it from becoming Jamaica. You have all these stories scattered throughout history of all these wars and slave rebellions that took place to prevent Cuba from being called Cuba. Let's not forget, I got Haitian bloodline now. You don't never see me getting on here like Haitian anything, even though I got Haitian bloodline within my family, because I inner fucking stand that that's a nation. I'm a god. I'm bigger than a nation. Before nations, before ethnicity groups, before race, it was us. We weren't divided. Race, ethnicity, and nationality has divided us more. Because you got white Jamaicans too now. See how quick that go? You Jamaican, but you got white Jamaicans though. You Canadian, you got black Canadians, white Canadians. You're European, you got black Europeans, white Europeans. You see? You see how quick you get confused? Now you're not even riding with your carbonated beans no more because you didn't pledge your allegiance to Great Britain. Now you Idris Elba. Have you enunciated pronounce this motherfucking name? Now you him. See what I'm saying? That quick. Shit, I don't know. Nigga talking about nigga, I'm Jamaican, nigga. She ain't fucking with the niggas. Niggas Americans. See what I'm saying? I'm African. I'm Nigerian. Me don't fuck with no African Americans. They have no respect. See how quick that go? You see how quick you lost yourself? But when we stand next to each other though, if I don't say nothing, your black ass don't say nothing, nigga, they ain't gonna know where we from. Sit me, a Haitian, a Jamaican, a Nigerian, motherfucking a Puerto Rican. Niggas Puerto Ricans darker than me. It's Mexicans darker than me. Cause it get deep, y'all. It get deep. You got branches of Mexican. All your real Mexicans, you gotta go to Mexico to fuck with them. They don't want them in the country. Your real Mexicans come from Aztec stock. They still us. Then you got your man-made Mexicans, your humanoids. They got them scattered all around. Definitely in America. Why did they don't want the real Mexicans in the country? This shit get deep. They not sending no manufactured Mexicans back nowhere. Them niggas good. Hear what I'm saying? And they go off the blood. It's certain Mexicans that can get in the country. They get a green card, they good. It's certain Mexicans, they ass can't get in this motherfucker. You ever thought about why? They don't want the Haitians in this motherfucker for nothing. You ever thought about why? Because certain sects of us has retained certain information that they can't let it get to us. See, what you call an African Americans, we right here on the capital of Atlantis. Remember, the whole realm was Atlantis, y'all. So the closer you are to the capital, the more dangerous you are. Let me show how they look at us. They don't fear African American. They don't fear the Africans as much as they fear African Americans. Because they know the Africans wasn't never on this motherfucking land, this part of the landmass. They was on their part that they call Africa today. They're not worried about them as much. But they scared of all of us though. That's why they conquered all of us now. But I'm telling you, they priority. The Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, even though they us, they're like, okay, they scattered. They like to focus right here on these African Americans. Right here. Why? Because all of y'all descend from your ancestors was right here on the capital. The capital was Georgia and Florida, all the way to the Bermuda Triangle, down to Cuba on up. That whole thing, the capital of Atlantis. Atlanta, Georgia is the capital city of the whole realm of Atlantis. That's why they call it Atlanta, Georgia. Now, when you go look at the longitude, latitude of Atlanta, Georgia, and where it's aligned, you'll see it's on the 33rd parallel. Well, the 33rd parallel, as our ancestors always knew, this is where your ley lines come from. The parallels are the veins of the planet. So the planet is alive. Now, if you can understand that, you can understand that this is where they're powering all their energy from. To cast certain spells to keep us in these hexes and these curses and these jinx. All right? I keep telling you, a lot of us wonder if we so powerful, how the fuck did they take this from us? Well, they did it using spells and having us curse under curses and hexing us and jinxing us. It's been a war. It's been a magic. It's been a war. It's been a magical war the whole time. They've been using light magic the whole time versus our dark magic. But the dark magic started to dim down the further we became removed from source. So that's the whole point of keeping us away from knowledge and certain like esoteric information, what they like to call the occult. Because that was their advantage, the magic. They definitely can't fuck with us physically. So how do you think they was able to dominate us? The magic. That's the only missing piece. Even with using the magic, they still couldn't fuck with us. I gave a lecture on my website, 40 Acres and a Mule. Y'all go watch that. www.theuci.online. But I'll tap into it a little bit because it runs hand in hand with this lecture today about Crazy Horse and the Sioux Indian tribes. The Emancipation Proclamation signed us into slavery. I'll repeat that. Niggas think that the Emancipation Proclamation signed us out of slavery. No, it didn't. The Emancipation Proclamation, have a seat, be educated, be entertained, brought us into slavery. They set us down. They start educating us. Notice I'm saying educate, adjudicate. Now you do look up the etymology of education. They start to educate us and entertain us. Twilight Zone. That's how they did it. Twilight Zone, y'all. See? They emancipated us. Emancipation Proclamation. Let's look at the etymology of emancipation. That's y'all homework. I ain't gonna do all the research for you now. To be emancipated is to free from your hand, not your control. I repeat, one of the biggest lies ever told to the real natives, the real indigenous, the real aboriginals, the original Asiatics of the land, the gods and goddesses, the creators of everything you see and everything you don't see. What's the lie that Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation to free the slaves? They hit us with 3 E's, nigga. They emancipated us so that they would be able to educate us and entertain us. All 3 further pushing us away from what we are at source, so that they could use their light magic to keep us like this, y'all. And then eventually, when we do realize something wrong, now we point at each other. It's your fault. It's your fault. There's 2 black people though, y'all. 2 carbonated beings, y'all. It's your fault the world fucked up. It's your fault the world fucked up. And then when you got that 3rd carbonated being walking like, listen, y'all, be cool. We in this together, nigga. They enslaved you like they enslaved you. And they enslaved you like they enslaved you. So, nigga, it's not neither one of y'all fault. It ain't none of our fault. It's the oppressor fault. Then guess what them 2 people say? They was arguing with each other because they under spells. They be like, it's black people, y'all. When the enlightened individual, nigga, shut up. I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. Then now they come together against the person that's enlightened to be like, you don't know what you talk about. White people ain't never did nothing to us. It's our fault, nigga. Black people, their own worst enemy. When you hear somebody say that, you know that nigga, boy, that nigga got his ass whipped good in slavery. You hear me? They went upside this shit with a number size 10. You hear me? You know? Like, ooh. Boy, they done put that thing on you. Because when you know, that's the worst, right? When a motherfucker like in an abusive relationship, but they blame themselves though. Like, boy, she done put that thing on you, didn't she? Got you out here blaming yourself for your troubles, nigga. You know it's her fault. Same thing with her. She walk in, both of her shit shed for no reason. She like this, y'all. All our friends telling her, that nigga ain't shit, girl. Every time we see you, you looking like Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Like Tyson that got in there with you. She can't even see y'all. No, it ain't his fault. It's my fault, you know. I should have ducked when he threw the left hook. And if I would have just sat down in time. You feel me? That's when you know. He didn't put that thing on you, girl. You feel me? Like you don't even want to So the oppressors, they get no accountability. It's us, y'all. It ain't them. That's how black people beat up. Nigga, hell no, we are our own worst enemy. Nigga, they ain't never did nothing. Nigga, it's us. Nigga, we killing us, nigga. Yeah, it's us pulling the trigger, nigga, but who's setting up the situation, though? Right? Because, I mean, like I say, you know, you take two lions that ain't ate in months, nigga. It's just about, I like to use this all the time. So if you heard it before, hear it again, nigga. You take two lions, put them in a room, nigga, that ain't ate in months, nigga. You put a zebra toe in the middle of the room. Not a whole zebra, two big ass lions that ain't ate in months. You put a zebra's toe in the middle of the room and walk off. What you think gonna happen? What do you think gonna happen? They gonna fuck each other up over that zebra toe. And it's like, you could at least gave them a zebra piece or a whole zebra, nigga. You gave them a toast purposely. This little, I'ma starve you and then give you this little piece of meat, knowing both of y'all are in survival mode and y'all gonna try to kill each other for that little piece of meat. And then when y'all kill each other, you know, another lion walk up like, see? Why y'all in here killing each other, man, over this meat, man? Over this zebra toe, man. You know, we are our own worst enemy in the room, man. We can't be in here eating each other all the time, man. At some point, we got to start roaring. But are we just going, so we gonna act like we ain't see what the trainer did, though? So did the lion tamer not set up the situation, though? Fuck the tree, like, don't just look at a tree. Look at the roots. Who planted the seeds of the tree for the tree to grow, and why did they plant the seeds there? Why did they grow the tree on the east side of the city as opposed to the west side of the city? These are the questions you should ask. You don't want motherfuckers to walk up and see a tree, y'all, be like, damn, that tree sure got some nice branches. You don't want to know how the leaves got on the branches? And why the branches grow out the tree the way they do? And you know that tree got roots, right? But the roots couldn't have grown without a seed. Now who planted the seed? And why did they plant the tree right here? Why couldn't it have been over there? A wise mind thinks like that. Yeah, I see the tree. But who planted the tree? How long did it take because I see these leaves, but these leaves are connected to branches. How long did it take the leaf to grow on the branch? How long did it take the branch to grow on the tree? How long did it take the tree to actually grow? How long did it take the roots to break through the surface before the tree could even grow? Matter of fact, who planted the seed for the tree to grow? Why did they plant the seed, and why did they select this specific location to plant the seed at? Why they ain't planting right here? Why they plant it right here? Why the tree got to be facing this way? Why it can't be facing that way? Right? These are questions that an enlightened soul is going to ask on any situation. So, you got to know that, of course, we going to look like we each other's own enemy when the nigga didn't set up the situation. Oppressors did that and slid out the way. Nowadays, he back here. He cool. Why? Because you squared up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You squared up with each other. We squared up with each other. So all he got to do is sit back here like this now. Shit, eventually one of these niggas gonna kill each other, nigga. Then we'll move in on the one that's left and get him out the way. But how did it get like that? We got to thank the Emancipation Proclamation for that. You said they lied to us in school, y'all. We have the Emancipation Proclamation to thank for that. Because, see, they trick you into believing that niggas were slaves. We be running bitch like this. Picking cotton. Yeah. You got a few of us that was like that. a few of us, maybe 3 to 5% of the population. And those who ended up in that state were actually caught doing wars. In history, they tell us, we was in Africa, the niggas came on boats, drug us across the sea, belt off that bitch, and we just started picking cotton and breeding, and we was in slavery like this, getting our ass whooped. They fucked us up in slavery. But the true slavery didn't really start into the Emancipation Proclamation, which was another spell that they continue to teach to us to this day. Before Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, we was gangsters, nigga. They came on our land, they landed on our planet, that much is true. They tell you in the history books, Christopher Columbus had a black person that helped him find us. Well, we know now in this university that Christopher Columbus didn't sail across from no England to no motherfucking where. He came from a whole nother fucking galaxy, whole nother universe. Star Trekking. They was Star Trekking, y'all. And the black Moor who they said helped Christopher Columbus discover the new world, that's nothing more than the fucking Pleiadians and the reptilians who knew already about this realm. Already was looking for us. Because their daddy was here with us. Satan was here with us before the war broke out. In the Bible, they call it the war in heaven. That was right here on Kai where we whipped his whole ass. Right? He went on the 6th universe, went to planet Nern, got to making them and making ogres and all type of vampires and werewolves and all this other shit you see in movies now. That they make movies about. And when they came, they landed. Literally, niggas landed on our planet and entered our realm through portals in the Caucasus Mountains. And those portals are still open to this day. Research the Caucasus region. You'll see it's filled with snow and they got to look like it's always cold. Yes, because they know our ass don't like no ice. Some of their most powerful ice chambers where they use to make their sub-zero technology is right there in the Caucasus. And from the moment they landed on our planet, they came. Remember, when the human beings first came, they were in cave. They were worse than cavemen. They were in straight Neanderthal state. And the Pleiadians were the advanced race who we connected with. And then we started helping these human beings. And it was the Moors who got them some little human being pussy. And niggas started pillow talking. Telling them all our secrets and all our enchantments and our spells and how to do this and to mix this with that and say this and do that and da-da-da-da-da. That's what the book of Enoch is about. That's what the Watchers is about. And the Watchers came and they saw the daughters of man and they took them as their wives and they went and laid with them and slept with them. Nigga, that was our black ass, nigga. We the angels, we the angelic beings who they speak of in the ancient Hebrew text. In Greek mythology is filled with stories about us and our abilities. How we was moving when they first got here. And after the Moors, certain sets of the Moors, which were the Watchers, gave them those enchantments, they took them back to the resistance. To the human being males and these reptilians and these Pleiadians, and they used it. They used our own ancient Makerba. I will always repeat this story over and over again for y'all to make it make sense. Because before we was Indian tribes, nigga, we was gods. How did we even get to a tribal state? They used our Makerba. You're looking at it. What they call a 6-point star. We had one of them that was outside that we had created that was huge. 9 times more powerful than our own Makerbas around us. And we created these Makerbas using our own prana or chi as the Asians call it, or Ashe, as they say in the Yoruba religion. The Ashe is the life force. Right? Because as we dive deeper in these teachers, I can open up more and more of these downloads, right? The Ashe is the life force. So it was a combination of our life force that we used on the ancient Macurba we had, and it was used to power and keep everything running. We had two sons, not just one like you see today. Two motherfucking sons, nigga. Not one. They pushed the second son away, war broke out. From there, it was a surprise attack. We never seen it coming. And the ancients that did see it coming before us had already wrote of this moment in time that had to take place for everything to flow out the way it's flowing today. But those within this realm never saw it coming. We was too busy helping them. We was too busy teaching niggas how to walk upright. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing that. Blew up the pyramids, which separate. Now, why is it imperative that you remember that they blew up our pyramids that were made out of crystals? Man, they show you these old watered down pyramids in Egypt, got you thinking that that's all we had. Man, we so advanced. Egypt, Kemet ain't got shit on what we was doing. That's an inkling of what you are and what we was doing. They tell you about Kemet and give you just a little bit about that and got you thinking that's what we was. Is you crazy? Where do you think this white oppressor learned how to build cities from if we ain't already have cities? Where do you think his highways came from if we ain't already have them? His waterways if we ain't already have them? And he can't create shit. He's a soulless being. You need a soul to create. Where do you think he came from? Us. This is a watered down replica of what we was already doing down here. Watered down to the T. When you hear these stories of the hanging gardens and all that shit was real. But it's just still a small example of what we had and what we was doing. Small. And our pyramids was, where do you think crystals come from? Where do you think all this come from? Why do you think they work? Where do you think these elements come from? We had huge crystal structures. Way bigger than the pyramids of Giza. And each one was used for different things. That's why I'm going to do a lecture on my website about crystal, each single fucking crystal. I got lectures coming up on YouTube about the mudras to meditate with and the history behind them, the real cosmic history behind them. Because they tell you, look it up, they just show human beings meditating, talking about sit like this and do that. You don't know why we do this and that, and you don't even know what that really means. They could never. They not tap into the Ashe, the Chi, the Prana, the life force. Whatever you want to name it, same thing. Ashe. See what I'm saying? That's what that really means. That ain't just, people say Ashe at the end thinking like you say like it's amen or something. Because you know, that's a Christian theology to be like, you pray and he be like, amen. So I see a lot of people like, Ashe. Do you know what Ashe is though? It's Ashe all around you. That's Ashe, you breathing in the Ashe, the life force. It's in you, it's around you, it's everywhere. Just like they told you in Star Wars, Yoda. Luke, tap into the force. It's everywhere. The force is everywhere. It's all around you. Waiting to be tapped into at any given time. That's the Ashe. The cosmic force that connects us all. That's why anciently our ancestors said, Ashe. Asians got a name for it, they call it Chi. Indians say prana. Same shit. Ashe. See? But it's imperative to remember that story of them blowing up the pyramids. This is where the story of Babel comes from in the Bible. I told you at the Tower of Babel, we blew the tower down and then they were scattered amongst the land, right? That's us, because we were connected to these pyramids. We had a scientific connection to them. We had these, I told you we had these little, if you want to call them decorations, we used to decorate around our pineal gland, little crystals, and they connected us to these pyramids. So it was an advanced way for us to communicate with each other telepathically. And we were all connected to it. So when they blew it up, started blowing up the pyramids, we immediately, like, our shit went out. You know what I'm saying? So we still was connected to everything, but those little crystal implants, chips, they were like chips. This is where they get the whole idea of the RFID chip from, because we had chipped ourselves, but it was on a high frequency way, right? Not a low frequency way. And we were connected. So once that happened, we also started to dwindle down in size. A lot of our abilities like flying and moving at what they call the speed of light, we started to lose all of that because we had an electrical grid set up. The whole planet is a fucking huge field of electricity, even to this day. This is the same electrical grid that the real birds, not the fake ones, but the real ones, the eagles, they used to be dragons, right? They fly along that grid. And then other birds, the clones and the real ones, they use that same grid to go from north to south. The birds don't get on the, you ain't never seen no bird turn the TV on and be like, oh, okay, it's gonna be winter, let us go south. How they know when to go south? And if winter was real, why the fuck the birds ain't staying when it's winter? They ass go to where it's warmer, right? The real ones, right? Even the fucking, the human, the synthetic ones, right? Because you remember I told you you got birds that's drones, and then you got the real ones. And then you got the ones that just mixed in between. They not drones and they not real. They just there to fit in with more different species to confuse you. Like geese and shit. They know when to go south, but what the fuck you think they using though? What you think they use? What you think they use? The electrical grid of the planet. They can see it. They can see it. So this grid, which is still in existence, we begin to lose size. We begin to go through a reverse metamorphosis. The same way the fucking the caterpillar go through metamorphosis and then becomes a butterfly. We went through the reverse metamorphosis. So we started going from that giant state that they spoke of in the ancient texts. There were giants in the land. Right? We fell from that. We fell from that frequency. Right? All right, cool. Drop a 9 if y'all can hear me. Drop a 9 if y'all can hear me. Nice. Okay, yeah, drop the 9s if y'all can hear me. Ain't nothing but the elites trying to mess with something. They ain't gonna stop nothing. Y'all can hear me? We good to go? All right, cool. I see the nines. I see the nines. That means we good to go. All right. So we fell in frequency, right? We went from these giant states of yesteryear to what you see today. To what you see today. To what you see today, right? To these smaller states. And it's at that point when we fell to the smaller state of what you see today, we then branched into tribes. We started to branch. So I keep telling you, you got to remember, how did we get to tribes? How did we get to this tribal state? How did we get to this tribal state? Okay? I can't just jump in the crazy horse without reminding you how the fuck we get. And I'm going to remind y'all every time when we talk about any tribe, I'm going to hit you with the same story to keep you remember how we got there. Once they blew up those pyramids, it was a wrap. Once they blew the pyramids up, it was a wrap for that advanced style of communication that we had. So once we lost that advanced state of communication, they blew our second sun out the way, out the atmosphere. Then they began to cut the trees down. When they begin to cut the trees down, there go the electricity. So the cutting of the trees, the pyramids severed our communication telepathically. Remember I told you, this planet is way bigger than they showing you. Way bigger. Our RAM is completely bigger than what they showing you. Okay? The little 50 states, we still in a little box. It's so much land. And we were huge. So we were scattered all over the land. We was everywhere. But we had that advanced state of communication though. Right? So they severed that. Because if they can't communicate at the same time, it's easier for us to attack them. That was their military strategy, which was taught to them. They were led by us. It was the Moors who was leading them. Let me tell y'all something. When we went through this, right, understand something. It was the Moors who was leading them. Okay? They didn't just come and take over our land without any help. It was us helping them. So you gotta remember when y'all like, well, if we were so powerful, how did they take everything from us? Because they had us helping them. No different than if I want to come to your house, I don't know shit about your house. But if I have somebody in your house that's on my side, I'm taking your shit over. Because I have somebody on the inside helping me. So when they put the Moors under these spells, the Moors start telling them all the cuts to hit. Like, oh, we hit this cut. Them niggas be right there. We could go right there and attack that weapon source. Go right there, attack that energy source. Go right there. So this is how they was able to turn the electricity down on the planet. We are still electricity, right? They dimmed it though. They dimmed it. So when they dimmed it, the output, just like the PS5 over there. If the output is hit the wrong way, right? If the output is taken out, that PS5 ain't gonna work. The lights might come on upstairs, but that outlet ain't gonna work though. So I can't access that. It's not like it don't work, but pay attention. It's not like it don't work. It work, but it ain't plugged in though. And then even if we plugged it in, the circuit breaking forward is over there. Okay? Pay attention. The circuit breaking, it's over there. So that's what they did. We got to cut the electricity down so that they can't do certain things like we was tapping into certain electrical advanced maneuvers, right? Like today, you have to go deep within yourself to activate shit. You ain't have to activate nothing back then. Everything was already activated. You just use it. But now you have to activate it, right? Because they had blew up the crystal towers that were made of all these beautiful different crystals. All right, this is where your crystals come from. This is why your crystals are filled with so much electricity. They are so highly charged. And remember, you got over 100, Man, you got trillions of cells in your body. Each cell is filled with electrons. That's electricity. Okay? So all that electricity in you powers these crystals. That's why when you know what you're doing, you're able to use them. These are weapons if you know what you're doing. So understand that when they blew up the pyramid towers, that severed the connection. All right? They severed the connection. That's how they severed the connection. Okay? Now, when they push that second sun back, that's what caused us to go through the metamorphosis and fall. Change. We started to drop in frequency without that second sun. We dropping in frequency at a rapid rate. But mind you, we still here. But when we became smaller, we scattered out around the whole land with no communication to our brothers and sisters in other parts of the land. So we knew we was at war, but once again, right now everybody got cell phones. Everybody got cell phones. But if I sit here, nigga, and if they cut the power, I can't talk to y'all. You's not using these no more. Y'all can't talk to me. So you got family in California, New York, Chicago, all over the motherfucking planet, all over the country. Let's use just America, right? But if they cut off the internet, you can't communicate with them in Cali no more. You can't. So now what you gonna do? What you gonna do when you know it's a war going on? It ain't like we didn't know we was at war. By the time we realized we was being attacked, it was too late. So now we on just straight defense. They on offense, and they 10 steps ahead of us. Plus they got us helping them. Okay, they had us helping them. So portions of us helping them, right? So, and like I say, the Moors, I don't never attack the Moors because it's not like the Moors did this shit. Like, in their full mind, they were put under spells. They put the Moors under spells to get the Moors to turn against us. And the Moors snapped out that spell in 1492, their year. And when the Moors snapped out of them spells, right, they went to war with them. Go look it up. Go look up all the wars that took place in Europe between the Moors and them. That's because the Moors had already snapped out of the spells. But by the time they snapped out of the spells, it was too late. They had already helped these motherfuckers conquer everything. So they tried to, when they came out the spell, they tried to like get back on their ass and fight them, but it was too late. It was way too late. Go look up the war with the Moors in Europe. Keep in mind that the Moors designed all the cathedrals in Europe that you see today. They designed all that shit. So what makes you think out the blue one day they just gonna start going to war with them? Because when they designed this shit, they wasn't in their right mind. Hell, it was the Moors who wrote the fucking preamble. The Moors wrote the Declaration of Independence. It was the Moors that helped them put this country together. It was the Moors that did that. All facts. Yeah, this shit get real deep. So, now that we remember how we even got to a tribal state, now that we was in a tribal state, what was step number 2? With us being so many of us, and we had to blend together. We had to band together. So that's what we did. This is where your tribes come from. We band together, and we became Mississippians. I'll save that for my Mississippian lecture. But we band together. We became all these different tribes. So this is where your Cherokee come from, your Choctaw, your Cree people, your Blackfoot, Redfoot, right? Your Apache, your Aztecs, your Mayans, your Iroquois, your Californians, Cheyenne Indians, Sioux Indians. This is where all these tribes came from. This is what you must know. This is what you must know. Now, once you understand that we fell in frequency to a tribal state, now go back and look at the tribes. Notice how so many so-called Indian tribes had all these ancient remedies. Didn't they though? All your Indian tribes knew how to live off the land. They was in tune with the plants. They knew what to use to heal. They knew what to use. They knew all that. Why did they know that? Because it was passed down to them from their ancestors who was in full-fledged God mode before the fall, before the Great War. So our oppressors had to get rid of these tribes in their history to fully enslave us. Okay? You couldn't keep us in tribal state like that because we still knew the shit. So we were still moving with peace, connected to nature. Look up any native tribe, they're going to talk about how they were so connected to nature. They'll tell you that much. Okay? So what does that bring us to? That brings us to Crazy Horse right now. And the Sioux Indians. All right? So, let's talk about Crazy Horse. Because I told y'all, right? I said, hey, the Emancipation Proclamation is what signed us into slavery. They'll tell you in the history books that it didn't. They'll tell you the Emancipation Proclamation freed us. No, nigga, we was free before they signed that doctrine. We was free. We never surrendered to them. We never surrendered to them. I want to recommend a book to y'all too, man. Help y'all get even deeper, man. Go read this book, The Invisible War. Let me help y'all out. Let me give y'all a read. The Invisible War. Read about that. I want you to read that. I want y'all to read that book. Read The Invisible War, right? And then after you read The Invisible War, right, read this book. Florida's Negro War, Black Seminoles in the Second Seminole War by Anthony E. Dixon. All right? Now, they don't go as deep as I go, but they go deep enough to help some shit make sense to you because the information I'm telling y'all is before time, okay? I'm like the last teacher you come to after you done listen to everybody else. Then you come in here because this is going to make sense. If you ain't heard nobody else, shit going to have you confused. Because I'll take you back to the root of when we was in just dark matter energy, right? Read them books. They gonna further align with you everything I'm telling you. We never was slaves, y'all. We've been slaves now. We wasn't slaves. We was, remember, they landed on our realm and the war started there. The war started there. It never ended, nigga. We was warring with them from the moment they landed. And they were trying to enslave our ass, and our ancestors wasn't going for it. That's why they try to hide all the wars in history. Then they want to call it American Revolution War, the Mexican-American War, this war, that war, this war. Nigga, that's one war that we fought against them as one people against them. And they got it hidden in history under all these different names. All the way on down to the Florida Seminole War, the Second Seminole War. All them shits was motherfucking us fighting against slavery and fighting against their culture and their white Jesus that they was trying to push on us. Facts. That's what every war was fought, and they don't want you to know that today. They want you to think these are just a bunch of random Indian tribes and they had nothing to do with you. They want you to think all these wars was just separate wars. Right, I bring this shit full circle. Nigga, that's the same war, nigga. And then we was fucking all the way to the Gullah Geechee War, nigga. And we was fucking them up so bad, that's the true reason Abraham Lincoln actually signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Like, man, we can't do nothing with them. Go read up on it. Go do your research. They hide it, but it's there. Man, we can't do nothing with these people, man. So now we got to wave the white flag and trick them into coming over on our side. And that's what they did. They're like, man, shit. That's why Abraham Lincoln said in his State of the Union address, he said, if I could preserve the State of the Union without freeing the slaves, I would. Abraham Lincoln said it himself. You look it up. Gettysburg Address. Go research the Gettysburg Address, man. You feel me? I told you, I got a few reference points for y'all. Most of this shit come from in here, so it ain't gonna be too many reference points. You're gonna have to go deep within, but I got a few I can point you to. You feel me? Just like I'm probably a reference point. Y'all point a motherfucker to me. Like, man, go check out Rashad Jamal teaches, man, on what he speak about us being gods and goddesses and their connection. Yes, this is a true connection, y'all. I'm not gonna make nothing up to you. Locks hanging and everything. This is how we was. Locks hanging. You feel me? Carbonated beings, nigga, from jump. Deck draped in crystals. Why? Because we full of trillions and trillions of cells. Each cell is compact with electrons, which charge up nothing but all the electricity in your body, which further charge up these crystals, man. That's why we was draped. What he got on? Crystals. Whoever sculpted this don't even know why he got the crystals on his neck. You see what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters, sisters that they want to call Africans, they were tribes. Yoruba, Dogon, Zulu, Ashanti, Mandingo, and on and on and on. One landmass, all these different tribes. So, the Spanish conquistadors that conquered us, right? They were warring to take that from us. They were warring to take that from us, right? And they couldn't fuck with us. They was dying. A lot of them was dying. So they're like, why did they like Nat Turner? But you know what I mean? It was a million Nat Turner stories. You know, they'll give you one like Nat Turner. We'll give you one. They don't even want to tell you about my past life, Tucson L Overture. That's my past life. And then when you recount your past life, they want you to think you crazy. I know my past life. I know exactly who I was when I walked this flesh last time I was here. Tucson L Overture, nigga, Haitian Revolution, and we fucked them up in that too. We been fucking these people up. That's what they don't want y'all to know today. They want y'all to think they been winning. Nigga, they ain't won shit. You feel me? They signed us into slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation. We fell for it under the, okay, they off our ass. Cool. When in reality, what did the emancipation do? It allowed them to start educating us. Because we started to forget who we was. We lost our reason to war. We lost our identity by trying to merge with their ass. After the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, we started trying to merge with them more. Like, okay, well, damn. Okay, then we started going into their schools. There it go, educating us. And that's where they start hitting us with the spells, spelling bees, and teaching us how to spell and giving us all this false history. Education is what did it to us, y'all. They signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Niggas started trying to integrate. That led to us wanting to be educated, which led to them educating us when we should have been getting enlightened. You feel me? Facts. Emancipated us. We wasn't slaves and then Lincoln came and freed us. That's a lie. And then if you want to know the truth about the North versus the South, they did fight, but that shit was over money when they did try to get us to a slave state. The few slaves they had out of us when they fought over that little bit, they had a few shots they sent off. But the whole Civil War is hiding the Gullah Geechee wars that we had. And I don't like to call them Gullah wars because then you get lost in the fact that the Gullah wars is the same war from the Mexican-American War, which is the same war from the fucking Seminole Wars, which is the same war that Crazy Horse fought in the Battle of Little Bighorn. I'm saying all this because we're talking about Crazy Horse. I'm trying to show y'all that nigga, we've been warring with their ass since they got here. Every war throughout history was us versus them, nigga. Until the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. And then we started getting a little laxed. Niggas started getting lax, like, okay, well, cool. They know now. And then getting lax like that, then what happened? That's where your Pocahontas story came in packed. Then here come John Smith trying to fuck on Pocahontas. The mix the genes. That's how they started doing this. They started having sex with a lot of our goddesses. And then a lot of the guys started having sex with these white women and started having babies with them. This all happened after the Emancipation Proclamation. That's how they snuck into our genetics. They're like, okay, we can't beat them at war, so we'll get them this way. And then after that, what happened? They started educating us. They started educating us. And we wanted to be educated because we started forgetting who the fuck we were. Right? They bewitched our ass. Fuckers like, oh shit. Damn, wait, where should we be? Should we be fighting for Americans' rights too? Because are we Americans now? Are we Americans now? Because, you know, at one time the whole tribe was black. But goddamn it, John Smith just fucked the shit out of Pocahontas. She got a baby on the way. So now when the baby come, we like, we don't want to kill little John. We don't want to kill little John. He's one of us now. There it go. Now here come more integration. We integrating now. And then integrating motherfuckers forgot who they was. Then they start educating us. Then they start pacifying they Jesus on us. Okay, well, look, y'all. Go Jesus. Now we accepting it more. They entangled us. The entanglement. I'm giving y'all the facts. Raw and uncut. The entanglement. The true entanglement, nigga. Now I want to show y'all something. Now we can talk about Crazy Horse. So you can see who he was. Crazy Horse was the chief of the Sioux Indians, if you want to call us that. Now, who was the Sioux? Let me give y'all a visual. Let me give y'all a visual real quick. Let's give y'all a visual. So who was the Sioux? Let me pull up a map. Can we get a map? Can we get a USA map, please? Can we get a USA map? We just need a USA map. Okay, here we go. All right. So just to get so y'all can get an idea of the land they had. Okay, let's zoom in. Here we go. Okay. So we talking about Crazy Horse and the Sioux tribe. They had present-day North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. Okay, I'll repeat. What all landmass did the Sioux tribe have? What was their segment of the land? They had present-day North Dakota and South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. Now, the Sioux tribe was a very big tribe, right? So a lot of people believe that, because somebody probably in the comments like, what about the Cheyenne Indians? Because you know Cheyenne, Washington, right? The Cheyenne was a part of the Sioux tribe, because even though the Sioux was a huge nation, as the war kept going on, a lot of the major tribes got broken up into smaller tribes, y'all. It was only 5 majors, like four major tribes, if you want to be honest with you. You feel me? The Cherokee, the Illinois Confederacy, the Sioux, all right, the Navajo and Apache, all right. Those were the 4 main tribes, and then they got broken up into all the other smaller tribes. Okay, so first we was the Mississippians. We was just the Mississippians. That was the whole, when we first went into tribal state over here in what they call the Americas, we were Mississippians. And I'm giving that lecture next Sunday about the Mississippians. But then we broke down into like 4 major tribes. This is where they get the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, and South from today. You had the Cherokee. The Cherokee had the whole South, all the way up to the East Coast. I'll repeat this again next Sunday when we do the class on the Mississippians. But the Cherokee had the whole, which modern day South, the whole South that you see today, all the way up to present-day New York, the East Coast. That was Cherokee, all right? Before they got broken up to Powhatans and Shawnee and all them other tribes, Cherokee, all right? The entire present-day Midwest was the Illinois Confederacy. All them states, Michigan, Illinois, all that was the Illinois Confederacy. Ohio, Indiana, all them states. Missouri, all them states. And then they got broken up into smaller tribes. Just like somebody said Choctaw. Choctaw was a part of the Cherokee. Choctaw and the Seminoles fall under the Cherokee. They come from Cherokee. All right? Now, on the West, you had, let me show you something. The whole upper West Coast. So we talking North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. The upper West Coast, from there on back, that was all Sioux/Cheyenne tribes. Down here, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, all of that was Navajo and Apache land. And then present-day California, that belonged to a tribe called the Californians. I'll talk about them next week when I talk about the Mississippians. So the other tribes, like when y'all saying Seminole and Cree, yeah, them are tribes too, but you got to understand in the beginning, we didn't have all them tribes. You know what I'm saying? Those, because that's the war kept going on. If you read about all these wars, you will see them when we was fighting them. A lot of times tribes had to retreat and take off other different ways in the woods and all type of shit. And we became other tribes. We became smaller tribes, right? They started to disband us. But you must know originally the tribes. All right, you got 5 actually, and each 5 represent plasma energy, fire, earth, air, water. You got 5 tribes. We was the Mississippians, and we broke down to them 5. All right, Cherokee had the South and present-day East. Illinois had the whole Midwest. Upper West Coast was ran by the Sioux and the Cheyenne, which is all Sioux. Cheyenne, that's Sioux. Lakota, which Crazy Horse was the chief of the Lakota tribe. The Lakota was part of the Sioux. All right. Upper West Coast Sioux. Lower West Coast Apache and Navajo. Okay. And then the last one was the Californians. And I'll get into that next Sunday. I'm just giving y'all the original 5 main tribes. And then under that, you get all these other tribes. But I'm telling you the coast. That's how we was spread out. Now, Crazy Horse, let's go to his curse real quick. Let's pull up his curse so you can see what he said. All right. Here go Crazy Horse curse right here. Let's read about it. The red nation shall rise again, and there shall be a blessing for a sick world. A world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separations. A world longing for light again. I see a time of 7 generations when all the colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life, and the whole earth will become one circle again. Crazy Horse, all right? Ashe, you hear me? Let me say it again. And no, he did not look shit like that. That's to throw you off. The red nation shall rise again, and it shall be a blessing for a sick world. A world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separations. A world longing for light again. I see a time of 7 generations when all the colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life, and the whole earth will become one circle again. All right. So, all right. So, and the whole earth will become one circle again. All right. So, this is the curse of Crazy Horse. Okay. Somebody said, what about Texas? Texas, that was all Apache and Navajo land. All right. But, because, you know, Texas right there, Mexico and all that, you get down there with the Aztecs and all that. But, so, this was the curse of Crazy Horse. Okay. Now, let's break it down. Let's break it down. First off, they show you this person right here that looked like he might be Mexican, mixed with European descent. That's not how he looked it. That's not how he looked at all. When you look at think of me. Look at me. When you think of any of the native tribes, look at me. Look at any of your present-day black people, your present-day Puerto Ricans, your present-day, you know, Cubans and Haitians and Dominicans, and that's how we look. Your present-day Africans, that's us. That's how we look now. That's how we look then. We always had different pigmentations, though. We was always dark. Today, you got dark. You got black people that's dark, some that's lighter, right? You got Puerto Ricans that's a little lighter, some that's dark. But we all got that DEA. We all got that carbon. We all got that crispness. We all give life to the sun. Remember, we give life to the sun. The sun don't give life to us. The sun gives life to everything else on the planet, but we, Anunnaki, we give life to the sun. Remember that. Without us, the sun wouldn't even shine. Okay? We give life to the sun, and the sun gives life to everything else. Before there was a sun, there was us. Okay? Before there was a sun, there was us. The sun don't give us life. We give life to the sun. Remember that. Remember that. That's powerful. You need to know that. The sun don't give us life. We give life to the sun. The photon energy which the sun is composed of comes from us. That chromosphere which makes the sun shine bright comes from our chromosomes. It is our creation. We give life to the sun. We breathe life into the sun. And then in turn, the sun gives life to everything else on the planet. The plants, our crystals, our minerals, and our animals. Okay? It's facts. Know that. Know the truth, for it shall set you free. All right? Now, it says, the red nation shall rise again, and it shall be a blessing for a sick world. So keep in mind that, this was rewritten and posted on the Google. So, this is what I'm looking for, artists right now that know how to draw. So I can show pictures of us, right? I don't like just telling y'all this. I want y'all to see it, but unfortunately, it's nothing I can go to because they're going to just show you white people and Mexicans, all right? But when he said the Red Nation, he never even said the Red Nation. That's their way to keep us confused because remember, they call Indians what? The red people. No such thing. What he really said was the God species shall rise again and there shall be a blessing for a sick world, right? He then went on to say, because Crazy Horse, we're going to get into him. He was a real special war chief. He had magical abilities they try to keep hitting in his story. They tell you a little bit about him, but they kind of keep him hitting. All right? But he goes on to say, a world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separations. He said this back then because he had the gift of a visionary. He was able to see into the future of their time cycle. So when he came with this curse, right before they killed him. And when he said broken promises, this goes back to me telling y'all that we was never slaves. When they signed the Emancipation Proclamation, okay, they came to us like, okay, we give in. Look, y'all got it. We apologize. We don't want to war with y'all no more. We just want to work with y'all. We gonna set up our new land, but we gonna set it up in a way where it goes hand in hand with y'all. We was like, okay, cool. Because remember, you got to remember, we were always a people of peace. We never wanted to war. So when they wanted to wave the white flag, our ancestors, we were more than happy to oblige to that. Because we never wanted war. We only was warring with them to get back to peace, to stop them from taking our land, our resources, and hurting our women and our kids. That's the only reason we warred with them. Okay? You got to remember that. So for anybody like, well, when they came with the Emancipation Proclamation, why would our ancestors sit there and agree to that? Why would they sit there and not just slaughter the rest of them? Because we was always a good species. We never wanted to war. We did not wish to war. We did not wish to war. Like any great warrior is not going to wish to war. He going to seek peace. All right? He's seeking peace. So, after that Emancipation Proclamation was signed, this is how we started to segregate. The babies started getting made. That lowered the defense toward them. And then we wanted to be educated. They tried to educate us. And we were more open to it because it wasn't being forced. See? So we like, okay, cool. Let's see what they talk about in their cultures and their customs. And they put us under these spells through their education. And it was during these spells, and then, ancestors started to transcend the realm, and the kids were starting to grow up. Now kids was growing up in these spells. Even with a lot of the land they got, the land was ceded to them, right? They tell you that the Indians ceded the land to us, meaning we signed off on it. And a lot of us, and I always say, man, we didn't cede shit, y'all took it. Well, they did take the land, but this is how. They tricked us, right? They had us believing that, because they put us under these spells, they had us believing that we were going to be moving as one. After all, we remembered our ancestors helped these beings in the beginning. So, and we know the ancient laws is this. All things can be reconciliated. So if it's an issue, it can be resolved. There's no such thing as an issue that can't be resolved. There's no such thing as not making peace. There's no such thing as being unforgiving. We were never like that. We were never an unforgiving group of beings. We were never like that. All right? So after the Emancipation Proclamation, they started to come with different ideologies that were presented to us as options. And because we were tricked about the true text of their writings and shit, we began to sign off on shit. So they tricked us out of land that way by having us sign a lot of bullshit treaties and shit, right? That we really didn't know what we was doing. Now, that combined with the integrating within us genetically through actually splicing by having babies, interbreeding, all right, and education. This is why Crazy Horse spoke about the broken promises, because if you go read any treaty that was signed with any native tribe, they said they promised not to take their customs and they promised not to kill their women and their kids and be no more war. These were the original promises in all the goddamn treaties. Go research them. But they did the complete opposite, right? He had already foreseen that. So that's why he said, this is the world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separations. Because he knew about the broken promises that was coming. He's seen that the oppressors were a very selfish species. They had more than they could bear. They had all our stuff and they was still gonna want more. And did that not come true? Yes, it did. Okay? They completely separated us. They reclassified all our tribes, taught us that the tribes are gay, renamed all the white people as tribe, as the original Indians, right? The original, the children of these tribes are walking around here today calling themselves African Americans and Latin Americans and everything else. We have no clue, right? We are against each other. This is the separation that Crazy Horse spoke about in his curse, okay? A world longing for light again. So he knew we would fall into this dark state. And when I say dark state, I'm using it in the context of the way they taught us that darkness is. Because we know that darkness is a great thing. Everything comes from darkness, right? But they trained us to believe that if it's dark, it's bad. That's all a part of their spells. That was all a part of the light magic they used against us. Even in right here when they said a world longing for light again. He never said that. A world longing for darkness again, which is pure cosmic love, purity again, right? Nothing light that came to our planet was good. Feel me? They brought all bullshit to the planet when they came here, all right? Then he says this. He says, I see a time of 7 generations when all the colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life. And the whole earth will become one circle again. Okay? We are the 7th generation right now. We are the 7th generation that Crazy Horse spoke about in his curse. We are the curse right now to their establishment. The spells they had on our people broke down December 21st, 2020. That's what that was about. Remember last year, December 21st, everybody, what's that? What? Spells completely broken down. We came out of the age of Pisces in March, head first to the age of Aquarius, the age of information. Why do you think it's so much information pouring out? Because the spells are breaking down. So now information flowing. The planet rising again. We getting back in tune with nature. Check what? Check this. If I don't get on here and teach my platform about loving the plants again, what they gonna keep doing? Killing the plants. But when I get on here and teach y'all that we are the plants and the plants is us, all right? The same way plants eat through photosynthesis, that's the way we're supposed to eat. Water and sunlight. Plants have chloroplast DEA, right? Right? That's what we have. So what do I teach y'all here? I say, speak to the plants, speak to the plants, speak to the grass. Don't kill the insects unless they trying to kill you. If that spider ain't gonna harm you, let him be. He has a family like you have. The bees ain't gonna harm you unless you trying to harm them. Let them be. I'm teaching you that again, right? I'm reminding you that again, right? That's a divine connection to nature. That's how you get your power back. Guess what? We wasn't talking like this before 2020. I don't care how much information was being presented. Niggas wasn't telling you to get back in tune with nature like that. They wasn't telling you that. They wasn't telling you that you are everything and everything is you. Right? All of this is coming out. Hell, some of us never thought twice about the goddamn plants. You didn't even know that the plants had life, mind, body, and soul. That was just a damn plant. Right? That's all a part of his curse when he said, I see the colors of what he's of, and they want to put mankind, right? Because they want us to think that we are all mankind. He didn't say shit about no mankind. I basically see the gods gathering again under the sacred tree of life. All right? The sacred tree. I spoke about this tree in my lecture I just gave on my website the other day about Inside Job. I had decoded episode 6, my big flat earth wedding, and I was talking about this tree. This tree of energy that connects all the realms on this planet. There's 9 realms. And it's not an actual tree, but it's this energy vortex that connects all the realms. And at the top of that vortex in the middle is Agathar. Agathar is an actual place within the realm of the planet. Sits in the middle, right? In the tube, which is in this tree. And Agathar is what they like to call today hollow earth or inner earth. All right, I know y'all heard theories about hollow earth and all of that, right? So if you go watch my big flat earth wedding on Inside Job, it's all about them basically admitting that the hollow earth is a real thing. Agathar is a real place and location. However, that's inner earth, right? They won't tell you how it got there because they can't tell you. They won't tell you the true meaning of it, none of that. But when he say under the sacred tree of life, Agathar is one of the only vortexes and places in the planet that wasn't really corrupted when the war broke out. So in that center of the planet, it's all pure still at its purest format. Even in Asgard, which is a realm located right under us, Asgard, the Asgardians have been at war with entities who have invaded their realm as well. Okay? So this is the tree that he's talking about when he says, I see a time of 7 generations when all the colors will gather under the sacred tree of life and the whole planet will become one circle again. So, which we are. We in that mode, right? And we wasn't able to be one when they had separated us from our other brothers and sisters on the other side of the ice wall in Antarctica. We couldn't do that. All right? So, in that curse, you see it today. All right, now, what I want to go to, all right? Crazy Horse fought in the War of Little Bighorn. One of the most famous wars that Crazy Horse fought in was the Battle of Little Bighorn. And that battle took place 18, let me see so I can be verbatim. The Battle of Little Bighorn took place June 25th, 1876. Now, keep in mind June 25th, 1876. Now, let me show you something. When was the Emancipation Proclamation signed again? I got to keep bringing it up. Okay, let's go to it. January 1st, 1863. When was the Battle of Little Bighorn fought? June 25th, 1876. And when was the Emancipation Proclamation signed? January 1st, 1863. Okay? So, to piece all this together, Emancipation Proclamation was signed 1863. How was they still fighting native tribes in 1876? Because, like I told you, the Emancipation Proclamation signed us into slavery. And then you still had other tribes that was not going for this shit. With the Sioux tribe, the Lakota division of the Sioux tribe, which is the division that Crazy Horse was the war chief of, was the Lakota division. They wasn't trying to honor shit. They're like, man, we know what's going on. All the tribes wasn't with that. Anyway, when they did the Emancipation Proclamation, all the tribes ain't go for that. So they still had the war with us. Okay? Some of the tribes gave in. A lot of tribes didn't. Crazy Horse tribe was one of them. Right? They feared Crazy Horse because he was so fearless. He was so brave. And he gave them hell. He beat them at the Battle of Little Bighorn too. All right? The Battle of Little Bighorn, known to the Lakota and other Plain Indians as the Battle of the Greasy Grass, and also commonly referred to as Custer's Last Stand, was an armed engagement. All right? You see it? The Battle of Little Bighorn was fought along the ridges, steep bluffs, and ravines in the ravines of the Little Bighorn River in south central Montana, June 25th through 26, 1876. The combatants were warriors of the Lakota, Sioux, Northern Cheyenne, and the Arapaho tribes, battling men of the 7th regime of the U.S. Cavalry. Okay. So I told you, most of these tribes had little separate divisions. So Crazy Horse was really a war chief of the Sioux. But if you look it up in history, they're going to say he was the war chief of the Lakota. And the Lakota was a clique of, like today you got gangs, and then from them gangs you got cliques. Okay, so the Lakota and the Cheyennes were a part of the Sioux nation. Okay? Remember, these nations covered entire states. So it's easy to see how it could be a lot of different divisions. Think about how big a state is today. Now think about one nation just covering that whole state. It ain't gonna be like that. It's gonna be a bunch of little divisions and they all under that same umbrella. So that's how it was. But Crazy Horse fucked them people up in the Battle of Little Bighorn. In the Battle of Little Bighorn was our ancestors fighting them. That's the same war as the Gullah Geechee Wars. That's the same war as the Florida Seminole Wars, 1 and 2, with General Andrew Jackson bitch ass, right? They took over the entire landmass, y'all. So they warred with us all around the land. We was warring with them in the East Coast, Midwest, down South, West Coast. That's what you got to understand. And we was all as one. They called us these tribes. You got to remember that now. These ain't the names we called ourselves. These are the fucking names that the oppressors called us. The white Europeans who invaded our land was calling us these different tribes, nigga. This ain't what we called us anyway. Remember that too. Remember that too. Okay? You must connect that dot. Because when you go through history, you're going to think the Battle of Little Bighorn had nothing to do with the Florida Seminoles. And the Florida Seminoles had nothing to do with the Gullah Wars. And the Gullah Wars, they had nothing to do with the Civil War. And these are all, nigga, the Civil War was us fighting against them. Do you really think America gonna fight against herself? Do you really believe the North and the South killed each other like that? No. Nigga, they still flying Confederate flags today down here in the South. So if the Civil War was about the North versus the South to free the slaves, nigga, why the fuck is Confederate flags still being flown down south today in Georgia? The North would be like, nah, we ain't with that. We won the war, nigga. That mean no slavery, no flags or anything that represents that movement. Nigga, the North never fought the South. It was the North and the South versus us. And we fucked them people up. And they can't let you know that. So they hide it under the Civil War. And then the Battle of Little Bighorn. Us fucking them up. They can't tell you that. So they hide it under the Battle of Little Bighorn. And there was a war fought between random native tribes. And they teach you that you are not a native. So when you read the shit, you're like, that ain't had nothing to do with me. That was the Indians. No, that was your ancestors, nigga, fighting their ass on the West Coast. Because remember, they came all over the fucking land. So we had wars with them every part of the land. And every county, every municipality, every city is named after us to this day because we was fucking them up. Facts. And if it wasn't for the Emancipation Proclamation, they ass wouldn't even be over here no more. Facts. Because they had to sign that. That was their way of waving the white flag. All right, y'all. Y'all got it, man. We ain't finna try to enslave y'all. Y'all free, man. Y'all got it. Y'all right. That's what they did. And they came back. They came through the back door. Like, well, we can't go muscle for muscle with these niggas. We steady losing. So we'll go like this. Because you got to remember, it ain't like we was just fucking them up over here in President America. Our brothers and sisters in South America was fucking them up too. And then our brothers and sisters in President Africa was fucking them up too. Right? So we gotta come a different way. Go look at the Zulu Wars. The Zulu Wars. Man, Shaka Zulu them was fucking them people up. Every war we was fucking them up. Gullah Wars, Seminole Wars, Battle of Little Bighorn. They probably got Ebenezer Creek on us, and that's because they snaked us. They cut the bridge out under niggas' feet. Other than that, we was getting down. All the way to Black Wall Street, nigga. We fucking them up in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Black Wall Street. They had to bomb us, nigga. They had to take to the airs, nigga. They had to take to the airs because we was fucking them up. It's not a moment in history when we didn't fucking them up. We was never, no, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Once they signed the Emancipation Proclamation, then we got soft. Then niggas started obliging. Then we started following laws because we started being under their spells. They started to educate us, teach us these lies. And taking in the lies, we lost us. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to see. They'll tell you these were one of the worst battles ever. And then you'll read about the Gullah Wars and they'll tell you the same thing. And then you'll read about Queen Nanny and what happened in Jamaica. They'll tell you the same thing. Then you'll read about the Haitian Revolution and they'll tell you the same thing. Then you'll read about Nat Turner and they're telling you the same thing. So if you was to put all these stories together, you'll get the big picture like, hold on. We've been fucking y'all up since jump. Every war y'all say this was the worst war y'all done seen. And then you get to the Civil War and they let you know, man, it's the worst war we ever had on American soil. Now you put all these wars together knowing that who was really fighting. And you get the big picture? Do you get the big picture now? Do you get the big picture now? Like, hold on. If we fucked y'all up at the Battle of Little Bighorn, and then we was fucking y'all up and remember the Alamo, and then we was fucking y'all up in the Inca War with the Incas down in South America with Tupac Amaru, and then we was fucking y'all up in the Florida Seminole Wars 1 and 2. Gullah Wars, nigga. All these slave revolts y'all talk about when y'all try to say we were slaves. Then the Civil War. Shit, nigga, the Black Panthers was fucking them up until they infiltrated by making the leaders go against each other, nigga. What is you talking about? When in history have we not fucked them up? That's what you gotta know. Nigga, we wasn't never, your ancestors wasn't no slaves, nigga. Until the Emancipation Proclamation. Then they started feeding us these lies. Then they started using the magic, the enchantments on us. Hypnotized us with lies. Then taught you that magic was bad. So if you ever did want to tap back into yourself on that level, you wouldn't even think to look there. Listen, as big as we are, strong as we are, fast as we are, intelligent as we are, more advanced as we are, do you really think they ever had us enslaved? Slave, like a true physical shackle slavery? No. They had a few prisoners of war. They would catch some of us and put us in the physical slavery. Why do you think the slaves were so quick to run away? How the fuck you think they knew what stars to follow, to go here, to go where? How the fuck was the Underground Railroad even put together? Who did that? They ain't had no phones. So how the fuck, who came up with the idea? Who spread the memo? Who sent the memo out? If everybody was on the plantation, slaves. There was never a transatlantic slave trade, man. Wrong university. You got to go to somebody else live with that. We not dumb in here. We know who we are. Was never a transatlantic slave trade. We ain't never come over on no motherfucking ships, nigga. You can't find a slave ship. Nigga, where they at? I guess, let me get, they sunk. They all sunk, huh? They all did like the Titanic is sunk, huh? Just like you can't find Jesus' tombstone. Or David. Or Daniel. Or Ezekiel. Or any of these motherfucking prophets for that matter, nigga. Did you know that? All the prophets ain't got a tombstone. But you got a pharaoh tombstone from 700,000 BC. Ancient Egypt, nothing is ancient about Egypt. The pharaohs that they showing y'all, the reason they still be finding them because it wasn't that long ago. It was not that long ago. They ain't even been here 6,000 years, nigga. Their history is 6,000 years old. That's how long they've been outside the Petri dish. They've been out of the Petri dish 6,000 years. They just got out of the Petri dish 6,000 of their years ago. In the year of 2022, as we go into 2022, that's how long they've been away from their home planet. 2022 of their years, nigga. We been here, nigga. The black man is God. The black woman is God. You ain't gonna find nothing older than us. You'll find a lot of shit younger than us, though. You feel me? Come on, man. Don't be in here with no lies. We hunt down all lies, all negative frequencies. You see? These are same wars. Same wars. Feel me? Same wars, y'all. How is Crazy Horse Tribe weakened? Using Sub-Zero technology. His tribe was weakened by cold and hunger. Crazy Horse finally surrendered to General Crook at the Red Cloud Agency in Nebraska. Confined to Fort Robinson, he was killed in a scuffle with soldiers who were trying to imprison him in the guardhouse. Lies. He surrendered and they killed him. But before he surrendered as a youth, he had already seen all these visions. Crazy Horse. He was a very intelligent war chief, very powerful, right? This is why they speak of him still to this day. He's like a legend. He's a myth, right? I want y'all to go, when you go look up Crazy Horse, right? When y'all go to Google, right? They tell you, they say, let's look at it. They say Crazy Horse was a Sioux Indian chief who fought against removal to a reservation in the Black Hills. In 1876, he joined with Cheyenne forces in a surprise attack against General Custer, and in 1877, he surrendered. That's how they try to show him. Crazy Horse, right? The reason they say he fought against removal to an Indian reservation, because look, they started coming up with these different reservations for us. So one of them was in the Black Hills. It was called the Black Hills because it was full of black people. You feel me? That's why they called it the Black Hills, because that's what they were sending us to, right? Basically, what he did was, he like, y'all not finna take my land. Y'all not finna take my people. Y'all not finna do that. Y'all already been doing that. And he knew that we been fighting against them. Do you know that Crazy Horse had he was very magical, right? They say that he was given these magical stones that was with him when he went in battle. And when he went in battle, he was never harmed. He was never hurt. He was never harmed in battle. Listen, because, they don't know what it was, right? But the stones he were given were crystals. Protection crystals, onyxes and black onyx and black tourmaline and obsidians. That's what he was given. And they even tell you in the legend of Crazy Horse that they say he went to a shaman and these stones he had would get bigger with him in battle as he rode, and some stones would get so big that he had to put them on his horses. Right? If you know anything about crystals, they grow in the sun. Crystals grow in the sun. If you put a crystal outside in the sun, it's going to start getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know if y'all knew that, but crystals grow in the sun. If you leave your crystals in the sun and you let them, they will grow like flowers grow. They will grow more and more crystals. A crystal. I don't know if you knew that, but they do. All right. So in his story, they talk about how Crazy Horse was given these stones. They don't ever say crystal. He was given these magical stones, and these stones he would keep with him, and people used to shoot at him in war, and he never got shot. And this is why they started calling him Crazy Horse, because he would ride up on horseback out of the blue. They wouldn't see him. He would come up And when the American soldiers would see him, they would start shooting at him. All right? They will start shooting at him. Okay? They will start shooting at Crazy Horse. No bullets would penetrate him at all. None whatsoever. And it's not just Crazy Horse, Queen Nanny. I'm doing one on Mary Laveau. I'm going to talk about a more ancestors, because when I tell y'all that bullets won't hurt you or penetrate you, you are everything and everything is you. The history books is filled with stories of your ancestors doing this shit, and they want to hide it from you. How did the Haitians win the Haitian Revolution? Using magic. Soldiers was getting off the boat, their teeth was falling out their mouth. They was Nin, which they show you in anime. Anime means soul. So when you watching animes, that's all about what you can do. When you tap into the ashe or the prana and life force, when you meditate, when you get on that frequency within yourself, this is shit. This is who we are, what we are. Okay? So they want to hide that from you in the Crazy Horse story. They want to say, oh, he went to a shaman. If you get into the art of Nin is all about your willpower. You can force your willpower on somebody to the point where they won't even have a will. And if you don't have a will to do something, you ain't gonna do it. You can't do nothing unless you will to do it. You don't understand how powerful will is. But it's also a form of magic. Okay? Crazy Horse would use his will. He knew these things. He would ride clean up on these armies, whole flanks. They shooting at him. Ain't no bullets hitting them. He chopped their head off. They were using other magical spells and things like that in the Battle of Little Bighorn to kill them. And they don't want you to know that. So they hide this from you in history. Same thing in the Haitian Revolution. Same thing with Queen Nanny and the Moors. I mean, in the Maroons. She had whole pots with concoctions that she would sit at the end of the road. Soldiers will walk up and can't resist themselves and fall right into the bitches and die. All right? It's gonna be agents all in the live. Anytime we talk about us on this frequency, it's gonna be agents. You hear me? But if we was in here talking about how good LeBron James could dunk, you ain't gonna hear none of that. Only trolling you gonna see is that Michael Jordan is better or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, we talking about real magical forces right now. The Orishas, they were once on the planet too. They are a connection between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. Orishas. When you talk about Crazy Horse, you're talking about magical, a warrior that was tapped into the esoterics. They can't tell you how the fuck they was shooting that Crazy Horse and no bullets would ever hit him. That's why he was called crazy. I mean, this crazy ass Indian on this goddamn horse. Crazy Horse. They start calling him Crazy Horse. They would be, imagine this, an army of fucking armed men. An army of armed men, nigga. 100 soldiers, nigga, with rifles. This nigga come up on the horse, they shoot. Ain't nothing hitting him. He ride up. Kill everybody. Get up out of there. That's what he was doing. They still won't go deep on how hard Crazy Horse was going. But they'll talk about him a little bit in spurts. And they'll keep his name alive. And your history books is filled with these type of stories. So at what point is we gonna put that together? Like, hold on now. Y'all say Queen Nanny was in Jamaica moving shit with her mind, throwing whole trees at niggas with her mind. Y'all say Simeon Toko was getting chased by an army and celestial beings came out the sky. Simeon Toko. You say Toussaint L'Ouverture and the Haitians, after channeling the energy of Ogun, led a whole revolution and defeated Napoleon and them. Now y'all saying there was an Indian named Crazy Horse that was doing the same shit? He was stopping bullets? Hell, Marie Laveau in New Orleans, they say she was stopping bullets. At some point, you got to start putting 2 plus 2 equals 4 today. At some point, we got to be like, hold on now. It's too many motherfucking stories of us doing this shit y'all call supernatural. And this before a cartoon for X-Men was ever created, nigga. Where do you think they got the idea for X-Men from? They know what we is. They know. And they know we were never slaves neither. That's why they scared of us. You be like, why they killing us? Why they go out their way? Boy, they know what we is. Why when one of us start trying to spread truth, they want to attack that one like they try to do me and others? Because they know. They know this shit I'm telling y'all is real, nigga. They know. And they know that we know deep inside. And they know that they put spells on us to just make us forget. But they could never erase it. It wasn't erased. It just made us forget. And the last thing they need is us doing this again. See? That's the last thing they need. They fucking with them candles again. Niggas tapping into that fire again. They channeling that Orisha energy again. They going back to the locks. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. They going back to the weapons, the crystals. Oh, shit. They remember vibration? They remembering vibration? Oh, they started to remember that the meat was given to them to hinder them. They remember to connect to the plants again? Oh, they remembering they divine beings again. Because the fear ain't never left. We ain't never been scared. We ain't never been scared. They know it. We ain't never been scared of them. That's what they know too. They had us confused. So we killing each other. But they know just as well as quick as we'll kill each other, if we ever remember, we'll get on that with them. See what I'm saying? They can't let us go back there, but it's out of their hands. This the curse of the 7 generations. We that 7th generation. I told y'all we the last generation. We the last generation. Why do you think I made the TRO song? That's a chant. That's an anthem. Took they low vibrational beat and flipped it. That's a whole spell I casted over that beat. We don't smoke no ops. We only smoking dead cops. Right? That to other people just listening, that's a rap to your ass. I know what I did when I put that out. I know exactly what I channeled when I put that out. And why I put it out. It's against the establishment. Letting them know what time it is. Scared of no motherfucking police, nigga. No feds. No, none of them bitches that y'all got on the front line. We been warring with y'all. We just forgot. And then we started warring with each other. We remember now. Like, oh, wait, hold on. So the war hit different when you know this shit been going on. Like, hold on. So we the Sioux. Yep, that's us. So we the Cheyenne. Yep, that's us. We the Californian tribe. Yep, that's us. So we the Aztecs. Yep, that's us again. So we the Navajo. We the Apache. Yep, that's us. We the Cherokee, Seneca, Shawnee, Chickasaw, Blackfoot, Redfoot, Illinois. Yep, that's us again. Oh, we the Yoruba. We the Mandingo. Oh, I see. This shit been going on. So you mean to tell me, nigga, the Civil War was us, black people. They want to call us black Indians. Fighting against them, and we fucked them up, and they hid it behind the Civil War? Yep, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Oh, damn, so they can be defeated. They've been defeated a lot. We've been defeating them a lot through history. They never defeated us. If they defeated us, nigga, we wouldn't be here now. AIDS was thrown at us. Crack was thrown at us. The color TV was thrown at us. Chickenpox, smallpox, measles, all of that shit made for us. But yet, we rise. Just like Maya Angelou told him. And still I rise. And still we rise. The difference now is it's wartime. We ain't that generation where we just go stay on this internet. Now, we use the internet to remember. Because once you remember, all the motive is in your soul. Like, damn, death ain't real? Nah, it ain't. You done been here a couple times, dog. You done been here a couple times, dog. Unless you a flat out new soul, you done been here a couple times, nigga. Shit ain't real. Another spell to make your ass not go all the way. You ever wonder, why was our ancestors so willing to die? They knew it wasn't real. They understood spirit and soul. They knew it wasn't real. So they had no problem transcending behind what they believed because they knew they was going to come back if they needed to, or they going to keep going. They understood that. They understood it. They wasn't like no crash dummies. They wasn't no crazy motherfuckers just, oh, let me just go, God, charge. You know? No, they knew something your ass ain't know if they was so willing to die for what they believed in, nigga. The fear of death got niggas scared to war. I ain't going to war, nigga. I ain't finna leave here, nigga. Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the history. You don't know your cosmic history. This war has been going on. This ain't no new war. And we got soft after the Emancipation Proclamation, nigga. That's the softest we was on them, nigga. After they emancipated us, nigga, and we went into their education, boy, it was sweet for them. All the way to 1960. And that's why they had to eradicate the Black Panthers and the Black Peace Stones and the GDs and the Crips and the Bloods and all them organizations that started, the Latin Kings and all them tribes that started to rise again to defend the land. They had to get rid of them. That's what the 60s was about. And they hit us with cocaine heavier in the 70s and pornography. And then by the 80s, it was crack cocaine. And you see what I'm saying? By the 90s, it was gang. That's what they did. See what I'm saying? So that's the softest they had us, nigga. From after they emancipated us all the way to the 1960s, nigga. And even then in the 20s and 30s, you had bands and groups of us that were still fighting them and warring and speaking out. Marcus Garvey and all them, nigga. In the Negro Star newspaper. He started the first newspaper in this motherfucking hoe ass country, nigga. Feel me? The Negro Star, nigga. They knew nothing about a LA Times, a New York. None of that. None of that. That all came from us. All that came from us. 60s, we got physical. We like, all right, we back on that. We getting out here. They had to end that. And then they emancipated us again. You know what? We'll let you niggas vote. See? That's how they pacified the resistance. We'll let you niggas vote. Because the Emancipation Proclamation made us think we was Americans anyway. And if we didn't get hit with the Emancipation Proclamation, we wouldn't have gave a fuck about voting in the 60s. You see? So they weakened us with the Emancipation Proclamation and took us into slavery. Which is why niggas was fighting for their voting rights in the 60s. And they civil rights. Ain't nothing civil about us and them, nigga. Ain't no civil nothing. And we not fighting for no rights that we was born with. We not marching for no shit we came here with, nigga. You got us fucked up. We'll take it, though. We not asking, we not begging, we not... They need to put this law in place so we can get some equal rights, nigga. We gonna get gangster around this bitch, nigga, the same way our ancestors did. You gotta remember that, though. You gotta remember that this is way bigger than you. The same way Crazy Horse and them did back then. He knew it was bigger than that generation. He spoke a curse into 7 generations. See? The Emancipation Proclamation made niggas think they was African Americans. The Emancipation Proclamation made us believe we were Latinos too. And Africans. And South Americans and everything else. All because of that Emancipation Proclamation. Up to that point, they was flat out war with their ass, nigga. We knew the enemy when we seen them, and they knew us when they seen us. The original cowboys was black carbonated beans. The whole war, the Cowboys versus the Indians, nigga. We represent the Cowboys and the Indians. Because we rode on horses and we played the planet. Remember, horses are animals that we created. So what makes you think somebody that ain't even from our planet gonna ride a motherfucking horse better than us? A horse is an animal. That's a part of nature. Who you think who you think did that? That's us. So that should let you know right there, like, ain't never been no, they show you all white cowboys. No. We the original cowboys, original Indians, all of that. That's us. And it was never the Cowboys versus the Indians. It was Indians, if you want to call us that, on horseback versus they ass. Right? But the whole Cowboys versus Indians is just put out there to further fuck up our memory of us being original ones on that horseback and us being in that Indian tribal state, if you want to call us that. Just like it was never no fucking Civil War. It was never no North versus the South, or the South wouldn't still be down here today flying Confederate flags. How can you say the war was fought to end slavery, but y'all still let the South fly Confederate flags? What the fuck does that tell you? You would have think that would have been the first thing they took. Nigga, you go to Stone Mountain right now, nigga. All the fucking Confederate leaders carved on the goddamn mountain. That lets you know right there it was never no North versus no motherfucking South. Nigga, them niggas still up. Nigga, all through Virginia, nigga, them niggas is up everywhere, nigga. All the motherfucking generals in the Confederate, them niggas is up all through the South, nigga. All through the South. They up. They up and ticking too. Nigga, you can't even go touch it. I go to Stone Mountain right now and spray paint over that bitch. They was trying to hit me with vandalism. How? I thought we was free. I thought it was the North versus the South. I thought y'all eradicated them niggas. So if I go shoot the fuck out of motherfucking they face for flying the Confederate flag, what they gonna do in Georgia? Y'all gonna try to lock a nigga up for murder. But how would that be? I'm indigenous to the land. You waving flags saying that I'm still a slave in this bitch. So nigga, it's up like it been up. Now I get busy. Y'all gonna want to come with y'all law. But before Emancipation Proclamation, we never honored y'all law. You know that, right? Nigga, we weren't honoring their laws before they emancipated us, nigga. Nigga, fuck y'all law, it's up. You see what Crazy Horse and them was on? Nigga, it's war. Nigga, it's our planet, our land. We ain't trying to hear shit about what y'all came over to bring. We don't fuck what Columbus said, nigga. Or Amerigo Vespucci, nigga. Whoever y'all got with y'all, nigga, we gonna do it then. That's the energy I'm on. Because I remember Crazy Horse. I remember when we was Apache. I remember when we was Navajo, Californians, Mississippians, Illinois Confederacy, Aztecs, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Seminoles, Powhatans, Senecas, and Iroquois, Inca, Mandingo, Zulu. Fuck, I'm honoring they lawful. And then you acting like if you honor it, it changes anything. It don't change shit. It just make you another soft ass nigga in the war. Fuck. You gotta see that though. You gotta see that though. That's the whole reason of me talking about these tribes, so you can really connect and see, nigga, this is us. Ain't never been no Civil War, none of that. Whole Seminole Wars was that fought about this shit. And before we was Seminoles, we was Cherokee, nigga. The Seminoles was the ones that didn't give in. We was Cherokee, and then they started to give in. Some of us started to give in to that goofy ass emancipation shit, and then they started making niggas merge over to Oklahoma with their whole ass trail of tears. But then you had a set of us that was like, man, nigga, y'all got us fucked up, nigga. We ain't honoring nothing. And it was just Seminoles. But they come from the Cherokee though. They branched off like, man, hold on, nigga, what? Boy, y'all gonna have to get it in blood, nigga. Y'all tripping, boy. Y'all gonna have to get it. That's who the Seminoles was. Then they want to hit. They want to confuse you. Well, you had your Seminoles who were Indians, and then you had your blacks. Ain't no black Seminoles, nigga. We the Seminoles, nigga. Ain't no black. What no black Seminoles? And then half was black, half was Indian. And nigga, we the Seminoles, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I don't want to confuse you. Your black Seminoles and your regular Seminoles. None of that, nigga. It wasn't none of that. All these black people walking around today are the descendants of all these same tribes. And before we was them tribes, before niggas blew down our crystal towers, we was just we was Atlanteans, nigga. And Anunnaki gods, nigga. Read it, man. This is a good book to help tie the loopholes for you, man. It's a good book to help tie the loopholes for you, man. Right there, man. Florida's Negro Wars, Black Seminoles, and the Second Seminole War. Now, the only thing I don't like is whoever wrote the book titled Black Seminoles, because then that confuses you. He should have just put Seminoles. But it's okay, because if you're in here listening to Rashad Jamal, you can put 2 + 2 and get 4. See what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know, they be trying to, y'all, I don't need the books to tell y'all this. I'm telling y'all this because it come from in here because the ancestors told me to tell you this shit. Because it's in game. But guess what, though? It's books on deck, though, if you need some reference points. We all in this together, you know what I'm saying? I ain't one of them niggas ain't gonna direct you to a good read. Invisible War. Go read it. Go read it. And if you can get your hands on this, go read it. You want to know how to put some spells together to heal, read this. Every fucking plant is in this book. You hear me? African medicinal plants. We healing ourselves over here, nigga. We ain't going to no hospitals, nigga. Give me that plant. Give me the shrub. Give me a seed from that plant. Give me a leaf from that plant. Put that shit together. Rub it on that nigga. Good to go. You hear me? That's what we getting back to. They know all this shit. So you got to know this shit. You got to remember, like, all these plants are only for healing. All your plants is for healing anyway. And certain plants you can eat. But all of your plants is for healing. Period. And that's why they don't want us to know that, because they know we can heal without the fucking hospitals. And the body heal itself. You feel me? And then certain plants got poisons in them, right? So if you know what you're doing, you take that plant poison with that one, you will fuck some shit up. They don't want you to remember that. They don't want you to remember that. They don't want you to remember that. You see what I'm saying? That's too deep. Know what I'm saying? You want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book or put it in a lecture. You feel me? I'm finna drop a book too. You know, I got my own book coming out. It's coming books 2022. I'm booking y'all ass that. I'm booking them down. You hear me? I can get way more detail in the book than I ever can in a lecture. I'll guarantee you that. Listen, they know that we won with the planet. So in order to take you from you, they can't let you be around. They can't let you be around this. You can't. You know, you got to be in here thinking these just decorations. You got to be like, oh, yeah, them just decorations. You not even knowing it's seeds, stems. You connected. You overly connected. Hospital? For what? I got plants right here. I got plants right here. I got crystals right here, and I got self. I don't need nothing else. What is they talking about? Anything outside of me ain't for me anyway. You see what I'm saying? Anything outside of me is not for me anyway. Everything you need is in you. Everything comes from you. Your fucking fingerprint, the whole galaxy is designed with the same ridge in your fingerprint, the same ridge in your head. These your coils, man. Everything you need. You feel me? You can't connect like that back to the plants. Boy, it's plants. You worry about bullets. Because that's what niggas be worried about. Like, man, if we go to war with their ass, what about the bullets? Boy, you got plants that you tap into. Cover yourself in this pace from this plant. Boy, nigga, they can't fire the gun at you if they wanted to. They gonna turn that bitch on they self. Get back into your magic, get into our dark magic, boy. You gonna have their ass going crazy before they can even put the vest on. Nigga, they at the station just can't even put their vest on. You know what I'm saying? Niggas take the gun, shoot they self. Yeah, we playing like that. Like, this is what I'm trying to get you to see. You don't need no weapons. You are the weapon. You the weapon. All you need is the motive to fight hard. And that's where this type of shit come in at. That's where these lectures come in at. The motive. Like, okay, damn, I ain't know that. Let me go look into that a little bit. Go look at all these wars, man. They didn't hit us all through history. Every fucking war was about us. It was us fighting them. And then why you think when they wanted us to, when they fully got us emancipated, why do you think when World War I, World War II, there was forced wars? You think Europe ever was at war with themselves, nigga? No. They created fake wars to have a reason to kill more of us off. And then go look at it, nigga. Go back a few generations. All our ancestors, they was drafting our ass into World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, that war, this war, that war, nigga. And we be the main ones on the front line. Us. All your so-called black and Latino people, your God species, right? Us, nigga. The whole basic training that you go through to join the military is designed to break your ass down from self. Right? They ass don't ever be on the front line. And then they don't care about their own white people neither. They'll sit there like the poor whites in the middle. They don't give a fuck about them. They'll send them out there, nigga. The elites ain't never sent one of their own out in the war, nigga. They send us and poor white people they don't give a fuck about neither. Period. Period. Feel me? Niggas, come on, man. They got us scared of snakes. So guess what? You not even able to use the snake's venom and combine it. I didn't ask you shit. I didn't ask you shit, Siri. Like, hold on. What is... You hear Siri? I ain't artificial intelligence. I ain't asked her ass shit. She come out of snakes are... But listen, they got us scared of snakes. So you're not even... But meanwhile, your ancestors was never scared of the snakes. They used the poison from these snakes to concoct some of the most deadliest magical spells that you could think of, man. Everything around you is for you. So when it's this war for the planet right now that we in, this is a war that's been going on. Shit bigger than you and me. And that's something worth sacrificing for. That's something worth being ready to go all out for. Because you fighting for a true purpose. You not out here killing innocent people, raping nobody, robbing people. That's all low vibrational bullshit. I'm talking about standing 10 toes for your planet, for your purpose, for your species, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I stand for. I'm with standing against the police for that. I'm not with just going to get down on no random police officers and just could just move rambunctiously and hurt regular innocents. I ain't on none of that smoofy shit. My war is for my species and my planet for the injustice to stop. And I know they're not going to stop till motherfuckers get on y'all ass. So you better believe niggas are here playing with these spells and all that on y'all ass. Gonna lecture every time. The waking detach more souls on y'all ass. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say ain't nothing sliding this way. A whole war come with that. I got too many archangels with me, angels with me, orishas with me, nature with me, the ancestors with me, sources with me, the gods and goddesses down here with me, other galaxies with. It's a whole war come with that. You try to do anything to me, it's a whole war coming with that. A timeline war. You hear me? A whole timeline war. This shit ain't just gonna start. This shit ain't gonna just be at this realm. This shit going all throughout the multiverse. You hear me? You know, it's a lot of CIA agents. They be in here every class. Nigga, they be in here more than y'all. They in here every class, on time and everything. You know what I'm saying? Just so they could get in there, get in here, and talk shit in the comments and say, oh, that's cap. That's a lie. That's that. You know, that's what they do. Infiltrate. But ain't no infiltrating. Because we ain't got no leaders. We ain't got no big eyes or little U's. You feel me? We're a conglomerate of chosen ones here to eradicate all the low vibrational specimens and all the parasitical invaders who are feeding off the frequency of innocent souls down here. That's what we came to do. We the last generation. Ain't shit stopping that. You feel me? Well, I told y'all, man, don't let no motherfucking, let the agents, you know, mislead you. They gonna be in here. They supposed to be in here. Then they said the audience when King was giving lectures too. So they was right there at every Malcolm lecture too. Slid up under Jeff Fort. Jeff Fort posing his black peace stones. You know that peace stand for power, progress, prosperity. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Free Jeff Ford. Shout out to all the real black peace stones. Feel me? Who understand what them 5 points mean. And they stand on them every day. Ain't no You hear me? I'm a righteous rebel, nigga. That's what I am. Righteous rebel. He's a rebel. You goddamn right I am. I told you that. Because I know what y'all did to my ancestors. And my people. And continue to do it. Feel me? I ain't one of the ones you could tell y'all lies to. I know the hidden secrets behind all they lies. That's what I came to reveal. The secrets. If you didn't know, it was never a civil war. Never ever a civil war. And the one that was fought, it was us versus them. Crazy Horse, chief of the Sioux, beast. You see, they called him crazy. They couldn't do nothing with him. They had to snake him. Had to snake him. They used to shoot bullets at him. They wouldn't even penetrate. They'll never tell you these stories, though, because they want you to think it's just in the movies. But where do you think they get the movies from? Where do you think they get the ideas in the movie to come up with a superhero that can deflect bullets? Shit, Bruce Leroy in Last Dragon catching him with his teeth. Go watch Barry Gordy's Last Dragon. That's a deep movie, too. He catching the bitches with his teeth. Bullets. Catching him with his teeth. I told y'all, all the weapons come from us, man. So what you think? When they showing you Neo in the Matrix? Come on, man. We've been doing that shit in real life. Where do you think they got the idea from? Not to mention it was a goddess who wrote the Matrix. They stole that idea from her. Just like the inside job. I know their ass had to be in the university. Ain't no way. They came here, heard some lessons, and made a cartoon about it and making money off the shit on Netflix. Eating good, too. Meanwhile, you got my own people. They don't even want to spend $33 to come join the university. On the website, niggas be $33. But meanwhile, your ass to go to an EFI priest who gonna charge you motherfucking thousands just to initiate you, and you gonna spend it. Go pay $9.99 a month on Netflix to watch these niggas tell you the same shit. And a lot of y'all ass be signing up with the mother guy and shit. You know you done signed up. Mother guy shit just to be lied to by white people. They can't tell you shit about us. You feel me? They can tell you what they think about our shit. They can give you their opinion. They can't tap. Meanwhile, you don't need a book. I'm talking to you. You at home right now watching me. God, goddess. Remember? This is the secret to us, y'all. You don't need a book. That's how gifted you is. You don't need a book. You just simply need to go within yourself. That's how powerful you are. You don't need no book. You need nobody to tell you none of this. Just sit with yourself and it will reveal it to you. That's how powerful you is. They want you to think. They want you to think. Remember though, because remember, they use that to make us go to their program centers. Oh, you need to be educated. You need to get in book. Get in the books. Stay in the books. Keep your head in the books. Keep your head in the lies. No, books are used to further stimulate you, mean further pull out of your soul what it already knows. And they gotta be the right book. These type of books good reads, you know what I'm saying? The shit they gave us in school, yeah. But it's still good to read it so you can see how much they lied though. You see what I'm saying? Like Wikipedia, Google, they'll give you smidges of truth, and they be lying. DuckDuckGo will give you a little bit more, but they still controlled by them. So if you want the raw, you gotta go in here. Niggas will go everywhere else. Niggas scared to go in there, though. Go up in there, sit in that darkness. Yeah. And it'll be revealed to you. That's a fact, man. But Crazy Horse, also, to prove, I want to further prove to y'all that these was black people, man. And remember I taught y'all about a name? The power in a name? Let me show y'all something. See, back then, we understood that. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Crazy Horse had a daughter. Guess what he named his daughter? They Are Afraid of Her. His daughter's name was They Are Afraid of Her. And he had an actual pronunciation for it, which they keep it hidden in the books from you. But check this out. What was the name of Crazy Horse's daughter? Black Shaw gave birth to Crazy Horse's only child, a daughter named They Are Afraid of Her, who died in 1873. See, back then, we named our kids with a purpose. before we were emancipated, before the Emancipation Proclamation, and they start giving us government names, because government names, social security numbers, motherfucking identification, state ID, driver's license, all that shit ain't come to after they emancipated us in 1930. That lets you know that we were signed into slavery. Abraham Lincoln did not sign us out of slavery. He signed us into slavery. If you never heard it, you heard it here first. If you never heard it before, all right? Let the world know. Rashad Jamal told y'all that the Emancipation Proclamation was not signed to free the slaves, because we wasn't slaves up to that point. We was motherfucking warriors rebelling against their ass. The Emancipation Proclamation, after emancipation, put us in slavery. Nigga, we got along. We wasn't disrespecting our goddesses. Our goddesses wasn't disrespecting the gods. We was one high frequency, peace, one with the planet. We was still tapped in this shit, nigga. After the Emancipation Proclamation, social security numbers, driver's license, state ID. Now look at us. So you gonna tell me we didn't get signed into slavery? Nigga, how could we have not got signed into slavery? You sound crazy. You just a passive slave. You're a passive slave that likes to watch this slave box called a television and like to get on this slave item called a cell phone, which is to control and damage the electricity in your cells. You're a passive slave that's okay with that. So you think your ass didn't get signed into slavery, but all the facts is there to show that you were. You didn't need none of this shit before this. Wasn't no census, nigga. Wasn't no census being conducted to keep up with how many Negroes we have in stock. Fuck is you talking about? There wasn't none of that going on. The daughter name was They Are Afraid of Her, and they killed her. You feel me? They killed her young. Now, Crazy Horse got shot in the face for fucking with somebody's wife. Legend has it. And when Crazy Horse was killed, guess what his last words was, y'all? Another white man trick. Let me go. Let me go fighting. And that's how I'm coming. Nigga, all this shit is white tricks from our white oppressors. You feel me? The hierarchy, human beings, and these reptilian shapeshifters and Pleiadians that have been controlling our realm. Look at his last words. Crazy Horse's last words were, another white man trick. Let me go. Let me go fighting. Let me go. Let me go fighting. See, they was aware then. He knew. Feel me? They tricked him. I told you they tricked him. You feel me? But I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see the name of the goddess he was with when he got shot in the face. Okay. Hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. Now, the Buffalo was an actual tribe too. All right. Now, check this out. They say he got shot in the face because he got caught messing with another guy's wife, right? In the 1860s, he fell in love with a married woman named Black Buffalo Woman and convinced her to run away with him. When her husband found out, he chased him down and shot Crazy Horse in the face, right? That's how the story go. But check this out. I want you to focus on something. If these were native people who look Indians, right, how they show us, notice her name. He fell in love with a married woman named Black Buffalo Woman. Now, let me ask you this. I just want to point her name out. That's all. You said they get caught in their lies and shit. Because remember, he ain't black. Crazy Horse isn't black. And there wasn't any black people right there. It was just Native Americans, which is a bunch of red people that were native to this land. Not us, right? That's their story. That's their story. Meanwhile, in Whoville, Crazy Horse gets shot in the face because he takes off with a married woman whose name was Black Buffalo Woman. And then his whole His whole, remember when they was trying to, his whole fight was to stop from having to go to a reservation, which they have for his tribe called the Black Hills. Let's run it back. Black people, we was in Africa, y'all. We was in Africa, okay? These were native indigenous folks. They didn't look like us. They were red. They looked more like present-day Mexicans with long hair, all right? But somehow, the woman who he got caught cheating with, her name was Black Buffalo Woman. Okay? And the reservation that Crazy Horse was fighting so hard for his tribe not to go to was called the Black Hills. And we know ain't no hills black. So why the fuck would they call it Black Hills? Because that's where they had all the black folks at. Why the fuck is her name Black Buffalo Woman? Because the Buffalo tribe was full of black people. And she was a very, very dark goddess. So she was called Black Buffalo Woman. All right. I'll stop there. You can do more research for yourself. All right. We talk about the Mississippians next week. The reason I want to talk about these certain tribes, man, because the Mississippians was before any tribes. And that story has to get talked about. Because my job as a teacher is to connect the dots for you. And we talk about the cosmic information in here. And I've been told y'all that we the Indians. I've told y'all that. I've been told y'all that. But I want to dive a little more into those topics to break down certain tribes and certain stories so you can further get it. You can further grab what we've been through, who we are, and what's going on with us. You get what I'm saying? And what's going on with us. Okay? And how we got to this state. And guess what? They had locks in their hair too. They had locks and braids. Locks and braids. That's all you gonna see. All them tribes. Locks and braids. All right? But you can read about a few of the battles he was in, you know, and they talk a little bit about how advanced he was as a spiritual specimen. And of course they're gonna want to hide his story from you when he was known to block bullets with some magical stones that they don't want to tell you about. Let him who has eyes see clearly, man. I will see y'all in class next Sunday right here on YouTube. I'm on my website all week. My website is www.theuci.online. That's THEUCI.online. Once again, that's www.theuci.online. UCI.online. ONLINE. Yeah, so I almost said .com. But yeah, www.theuci.online. That's the website. Y'all come on the website. I'll be on there all week for the next few live lectures. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, be on the site. We did a talent show on Instagram. It was lit, so we might do more of them. We're finna be doing StreamYard on YouTube, too. Add a StreamYard on here. We're gonna start pulling people on. But they was fucking with the live, too. I just fought through it to talk to y'all to get this lecture out. That's why I was holding the phone close. Majority I have it sitting back because it kept going out, and normally don't do that. But I want y'all to go do a little research on Crazy Horse on y'all own. Go check out some of them books I referred y'all to. And just start getting more into the understanding of that we always been here. That these wars have been, they use all these wars to hide the true history. We was never slaves, ever, until the Emancipation Proclamation. That's a fact. So that period they told you when we were slaves, 3 to 5% of us was caught up in that. But before we was tribes, we were Atlanteans. Before Atlanteans, we were gods, flat out. And that's what we is. So in here, that's why I always call us what we are at the essence. I give y'all the information. I take you cosmic information, esoteric information. That's why a lot of the stuff you ain't gonna be able to find because they don't want you to know about it. You're gonna have to come here to get it. Then they got the trolls to make you think I'm crazy, to make you think what I'm talking about is not real. This is facts. That's why them fucking 22 tornadoes just came through this bitch and tore this bitch down. You feel me? It's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of that. Why? That's the forces. That's the ashe of nature. You get what I'm saying? The planet being alive, being awoke. You know, it's going to the next level. Whether you believe it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, you can keep believing shit just happened to be by accident, whatever. You've seen a bunch of things all year that you never seen before. And you'll see more of that. the whole planet in this war. I told you there's over 200 galaxies involved. This is a multiverse. This is a universal war right now. This is much bigger than us. Much bigger than us. This war has been going on since they landed. That's what you gotta know. You feel me? You ain't never been no such thing as no Indians. It was just us. Feel me? And to hide our history from us and that part of it, they call us Indians. All right? But you must know all the names that we went by to be fully enlightened. All right? And understand that Abraham Lincoln didn't sign us out of slavery. All right? He signed us into slavery. Peace to the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. I'll see y'all next Sunday. Now we rise. One. I leave as I come.